apply. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, they can hear me now.
Can you hear me?
I think they can hear me now. Hold on. Let me properties. I need my desktop audio now.
Yeah, because we'll be able to hear the videos.
Desktop. Juan, give us the audio test.
Audio test.
Oh, Jesus, you're loud. Okay. Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Okay, let's see if we got audio now. Is that they saying we have audio now? Only have zero audio.
Shut his mouth.
Okay.
Pokemon will come up to Canada and beat you.
Caden said he can hear.
Actually, Bill's closer. Bill, go beat up Puffy.
Bill, go beat up Puffy. Ginger says he can hear. Sergeant George says he can hear. Poofy has confirmed.
He acting like he wasn't in here with us for that hour.
Courage.
Could have told us.
Courage, I appreciate it that you are here. Bill, thank you for being here. The whole intro that you missed was me saying welcome to everybody. This is our podcast every Thursday.
For those, they just saw me pointing at nothing.
Yeah. For those of you that are new, this is our Thursday BODYCAM breakdown stream. Normally, we have either myself and other former law enforcement officers that are here. We have the fill-in. We'll call him the designated hitter. Producer Juan, who is below me.
I'm on a ride-along today.
He's on a ride-along today. He's going to be our explorer. I want to thank everybody that's joined us so far. Explorer, if you're here. Chris Kaufman, who is a regular. I love it. Poofy, who's here. Bill, who is, of course, the love of my life. Poofy's here. Am I missing anybody? Sergeant George. Kristen is here as well. Go ahead and throw a carrot in the chat for Kristen. Am I missing anyone? And Katie, the redhead stepchild of the channel. What's going on? So, anyways, we got a bunch of stuff to get through. I want to give a big special thank you to our Patreon members. Our Patreon is as little as $1 a month. The description thing is down there. That's what we were pointing at, like autistic kids earlier. So go ahead and join that. That gives you access to our Discord. Our Discord is how we got the buttload of videos that we have today. We got a bunch of YouTube videos. We got some stuff from Police Post as always, and there's a bunch.
I like how Sergeant George goes, I have 2 Axon body cameras ready for the stream. Right now. That's why it took us a little bit for the audio.
That's why. See, it's the 30-second delay. Yeah. It didn't.
Y'all were just early. That's the 30 seconds with no audio until it starts.
So, anyways,
that's why. Not because we messed up anything on our end.
So
it's just the technology of Axon.
I want to thank everybody for joining us. Like I said, I really appreciate it. This is our Thursday stream. Go check us out. Go ahead and like the stream if you're currently watching. I do see 9 and 9, so I'm very happy with that. But if you're watching the stream, go ahead and drop a like for us so more people can get access to this stuff. And we're going to get on to going. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel while we're doing this. Shout out to Police Posts. Let's see if I don't just completely annihilate y'all's eardrums here. Let me know if this is way too loud. Context here. Cops in VA flip a moving vehicle off an individual. Oh, no. Flip a vehicle off an individual. Not a moving vehicle. That'd be crazy.
Moving vehicle. That's really impressive.
They're coming. They're coming. Everyone's coming for you.
This guy's dicked up.
We're coming. They're coming.
Trigger warning if you guys don't want to see blood and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, you came to the wrong stream.
Yeah. Please, we should put that at the beginning of every stream, probably.
Can't get you out your
on thumbnail or something.
The fire department's coming.
Warning, graphic.
Please help me.
Yeah.
Please.
Do you want to try it? Fuck yeah, I do. God bless first responders, dude.
What kind of car is that? Like
dang!
I know. Hang on. Watch out.
Do you even lift, bro?
Hold still, buddy. Don't move. Sir, lay back down.
Shout out to him. I was pre-med for a little while, and so I know I have a little bit of medical training. The reason they're telling him not to move is he might have a very catastrophic spinal injury, and if you have some bad stuff going on as far as broken bones or compound fracture in your brain, any moving could sever your spinal cord. So shout out to everybody that's trying to save somebody from a burning car and all that kind of stuff. If you do not have to move them, don't, until you have somebody that can actually secure their neck and their spine if they've been in a very violent car accident. Cars move way faster than we can possibly run. So our bodies really aren't designed to take those kind of impacts. And a lot of times what ends up happening is you are pulverizing bones or crazy stuff. All this stuff that Sleepy Joe says 9mm can do to you, a car absolutely can do to you. And so be very careful Shout out to these officers for lifting this car.
Lay back down. Here, lay
I will
down. lay
say
down.
my
Listen,
knee
fire EMS.
will prove that we can run also faster than our bones can handle. So
There it is. There it is. He
my
said-
knee pain proves that they can't handle those impacts either.
Sure.
It's coming.
You're a brittle person.
Just give me a few more minutes.
Shout out for lifting the car. They made that look super easy.
Please help me,
You
please.
hear them? They're coming
They're
for
coming.
you.
Please help me.
I love
That
this.
adrenaline strength.
I love this Delta 20. He says, "Built different nerds. We're flipping fucking cars."
They
Shout
got full Master Chief on it. They're just
Dude,
like, yeah,
no kidding. Yeah, hit B. Wow,
Yeah.
they flipped the thing.
They're coming for you.
flipped it.
Please help me.
We're
And they
coming.
flipped it on top of another Marine on the other side.
Please, somebody
stuff.
please help me.
Everybody I got's coming
Please
for you.
help me.
We can't get you out. You're
Please
penned.
on my ass.
The fire department's coming.
Please
We're gonna
help
get this
me.
off you.
Yeah, dude, this poor guy. Shout out to them for flipping the car though. That's legit. I don't know. To be honest, most departments that's a write up. I know in our department specifically, pushing a vehicle with your hands was a violation of general orders. But shout out to them for being
Really?
heroes in these. Yep, could not push a vehicle with your hands. Bill, sound off in the chat. That's totally a write
Did you
up.
push it with a stick
We had
or some other?
we had a push bumper on our patrol car, so you could do that. And I shit you not, I've pushed someone up to like 60 miles per hour with a push bumper. So
What about,
it
like,
is,
for-
it is doable.
Can you do? I mean, you wouldn't want to do that pushing it off of somebody though.
No. This is like if a car's stalled on the highway and I don't want to get out of my
Okay.
car and try to push it like 3
Try to
miles.
push it.
I would tell them to put it in neutral, and as long as they still had brakes, I would just get it going. I'd get them going up to like 40 or 50, and then back off, and then try to block traffic so that nobody's like trying to cut them off or anything. Because all they can do is stop; they can't speed up. So, but I've
Interesting.
pushed cars miles like that, which is a big
So-
no-no, and I'd probably get in trouble for it.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I'm saying this from personal experience because I've literally seen a trooper
Yeah.
push somebody's car on a highway. I'm guessing they have different.
So
They can do whatever the hell they want.
I've done it if I'm not going very far because I don't want to risk a fleet accident. Because technically, if I'm pushing them, it's a car accident is what I'm causing. It's just as long as it doesn't cause damage, it's fine. But to avoid the fleet, I'd rather hand push it. And it's leg day, baby. I'm trying to, I'm trying to look good for the old lady. I can do,
Yeah.
give it a good push. But tip
It was a very nice Camaro.
in my police department, I could not hand push a car. It would be a write up if I was caught on body camera pushing a car. Somebody might be like, "Oh my God, Officer Josh is doing such a nice thing for the community," and an administrator would be like, "Fuck no, he's not. He's getting that motherfucking paper." So, shout out to Dr. June. What's going on? We just never get caught pushing people in cars. There's Bill with the truth bomb here. My guy. I love it. But imagine having to use... Yeah, you're not pushing an Aston Martin with a push bumper. That's...
Yeah, the trooper was pushing. He was pushing. It was a really
a Corolla or
nice
some
Camaro.
shit. Yeah.
It was like a really nice Camaro, and so he was just like he got out and he was like he blocked traffic with his patrol car and like pushed it off to the very tiny shoulder, but at least to where he's not like standing in the middle of the road getting run over.
Ran into a fact on the internet that one time that said first responders wear Kevlar or some type of armor because sometimes gangs shoot the responders. Honestly, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Sometimes we get shot at. You never know.
And where you are,
Yeah, we wore Kevlar armor where we were at. And again, it's right up if you didn't have it. Home from work, in time for the stream. Oh, it's good. Dude, Dr. June. I'm glad you get to be here for it. You've only missed the first video and me talking shit about my old department, so... And us not having audio for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So shout out to this next one. Shout out to Police Posts. Backstory here is the deputy pulled the car over, which it had been reported in a shoplifting investigation. Shout out to this trooper for giving a shit. Or it's a deputy. It's a county boy for those that want to know.
Driver, get out of the car.
Based. Shout out for not getting on the highway and making them get out. Hell yeah. I like this guy already. Oh. Oy! Did you hear that transmission?
yep.
So this is why fleet vehicles don't last very long. Now this I believe is
engine fell out.
this is I believe the older style Chargers. These actually fucking clap, dude. The like 2015 to like probably 2019 Chargers, they were pretty badass. It's like the older body style. When they went to like the thin lights, they started to suck more. But these were actually these clap, dude. It was vehicle 136 was my girl until it got plowed into by a DWI. Like I put like a good 30,000 miles on that car.
You ready there?
See, this would have been kosher if she hadn't had the right blinker on. If she'd used the left blinker, she would have been fine.
She'd have been fine.
Because then everybody on the highway would have known she's coming in.
Shout out to the cleanest pit I've ever seen in my life.
Dude. Ooh, look at that spin.
Negative pit. We're southbound.
How calm he was. Negative pit. Whatever. Screw this guy for running. Bro, this is Deputy Long Dick style here, dude. Shit.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
They're reaching on you.
Hit, starting some more units. They're compliant right now. Yeah, I got.
His radio traffic is incredible. Yeah, they're complying. I pitted him. Go ahead and give me more units. Show me your fucking hands. That's incredible. This guy's my hero. Hey, we've gotten 2 good back-to-back officers on this stream.
Good police
High five for this
right
stream so far.
Got him. Driver! Step out!
Good job, Discord.
I like how he specifically pointed at him in the off chance there's a language barrier. Driver, step out. I love it. Also, shout out to getting this like rear cover on his vehicle here. He's putting as much stuff in between him and that. Now, the sketchy part is your back is to traffic. I get why he's doing it, but this is a very bad feeling for sure. Thank you to everyone that dropped likes. Shout out for all the likes that we've already gotten.
At least he
Keep
is
your
like
hands
as
up!
close to not being in the road as possible.
Keep your hands up!
I like how their windshield
Keep your
wipers
hands
just
up!
started going. Probably from
Face
doing
away
this
from me and
or
walk
spinning
backwards
around.
to
Yeah.
me.
Just a great
Walk
little detail.
backwards. Back to me. Back.
4 times.
Dude, he won on the body cam angle. He won a shout out to Axon today. Shout out to everyone on this video. Also, shout out to Police Post. I forgot to give them a shout out. Bill's probably
No
sitting
shout out
there.
to that driver.
Yeah, Bill's sitting there stepping on his foot like, motherfucker, you better shout them out. What's going on, Brian? What's going on? That was probably the cleanest pit we've ever seen. And he got it on the first one,
sure.
and he decided quickly. I also like that he did it while he had this big old grassy berm.
4 times.
He had this like huge grass berm, which makes it safe for him. And it's like, hey, instead of getting into some side of high speed chase with somebody, let me take them out of circulation really, really quickly.
Can you? I don't know. Does Instagram let you kind of fast forward a little bit to
No,
where
unfortunately.
they're?
Here, I'll pause
Okay.
it. I'll mute it so we don't have to listen
it's
to
not
it.
that super long. I just wanted because there was, if I remember it correctly, it was pretty clear like space between him and like everybody else around him.
Oh yeah,
pitted
it was
too,
a
which was
clean
nice.
dude. It was a clean pit.
Super, very like boop out. None of this like, which I put one in the Discord later that was not this clean. It was still a good pit, but it definitely it spiraled a little bit more out of control.
So
than this one. This one was super clean.
I like Chris Kaufman's an S grade. That's incredible.
No, it's still an A.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah, he's got
That's
this.
what you gotta
He saw this little nice grassy berm here,
Mhm.
and he
And
put it down right in there.
Lots of space
That's-
between him and the other
That's
cars.
clean.
I like it.
And notice he also didn't get on the radio and ask for permission to pit. This guy's in a pretty cool department. Like this guy's in a really fucking cool department that they're letting him do.
Or
this
he's just
shit.
willing to take the paper and be like, you know what, I did my job.
Fuck yeah, Juan. I love that. He's willing to
Man.
take the paper, man.
At the end of the day, it's
Sure.
like,
So shout out to this guy. He's also my spirit animal. Let's see. Here's an OIS here. Let's see. Shout out to Police Post again. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Juan video froze. It's not anymore. It's gonna freeze and phase in and out. There's nothing I can really do about it, unfortunately.
yeah, Josh has got problems.
Dude should have watched Chris Rock to educate himself. Jesus. Thank you for all the likes
Maybe
that
I'm
we've
just
gotten
very
so far.
still puffy. I might
Maybe,
just be
yeah,
very, very
yeah.
still.
Pit maneuver deserves a 1,000 out of 10, dude. No, see, Sergeant George gets it. He gets it. So shout out to
Ready or not, would have still given him a B.
100%. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, no, he got quick scoped the second he did it. She just shot him through the fucking windshield,
Yep.
wanted style.
He would have opened his car door and been dead and not known what happened.
So shout out to police posts again, responding to a call, seeing a victim, especially with a gunshot wound. Apparently, this is somebody responding to. I did a lot of these. in the city we were in. Bill can confirm. Between shootings, stabbings, and overdoses, it's like near 40, maybe 50 in my entire. I wasn't like the primary on all of them. As far as being the first person to touch the victim, you're probably looking at like closer to like 10 to 15. But like this happened all the time.
Were wounded before deputies got there. West 2's investigative reporter Greg Fox.
I'm gonna mute that just in case they try to flag us for it.
Oh yeah, for copyright infringement or
For
whatever.
copyright infringement.
This is cell phone video provided to West 2 News from a man who was on a second-floor balcony of the Heritage Hotel seconds after he heard gunfire around 12:30 Saturday
This guy
afternoon.
holding the gun.
On the ground is a young man who later dies. The other young man pacing around in the purple shirt is said to be his brother. He's holding something in his left hand, something two deputies don't seem to notice.
Oh shit! So I will say this. So there was a call. This is story time. Bill was actually here for this. There was a call we had at a motel about a domestic, and it was some domestic dispute or whatever. And I see a knife in this lady's like crock pot when we're approaching. So I walk by everyone and go and isolate this. Well, I walked right by a knife that was on the ground that I totally did not see. Because I was very zoned in on trying to figure out like who the hell was involved in this. And all I see is this huge butcher knife in this crock pot. So I take the butcher knife. I don't wait. I just kind of like, hey, you're going to give me that because you're not going to hold that while I'm here. And Bill just walks up, and all I hear is like the metallic clink of something hit the ground. And I turn around, and Bill's kind of looking at me like, hey, Josh. He points at the ground under his foot. He's like, I got another knife. And I was like, thank God. B, if you were the second officer there, I forgive the first officer for being victim-focused. And clearly there's somebody that's got a traumatic injury. You're trying to provide them with care. But if somebody's got a traumatic injury, something caused said traumatic injury. And until you find out what that is, have some situational awareness, because this is way too close. Super sketch. So shout out to this F-150.
They arrive with a first aid kit until residents start screaming that the man in purple has a gun. The male deputy draws his weapon. The female deputy reaches for the suspect's hand, and suddenly shots are fired. Seconds later, as more sheriff's patrol units
Seconds later, they're just bringing the cars.
and paramedics arrive, you can see both young men on the ground, and a short time later, you can see a deputy giving CPR to the man in the purple.
Okay.
So was he holding a gun or a knife? I couldn't tell.
He was holding a gun.
Tiny
He
and
was
blurred.
he was
A
holding
gun.
a
Okay.
firearm.
So she just went like this to try and grab it?
Yes. Free advice to anyone watching this, in the off chance that you run into an emergency situation and someone has wounds of which they are bleeding from, do not give chest compressions.
Yeah.
The purpose of chest compressions,
Free advice.
which is CPR, for those of you that don't know, everyone should know what that is. You're pressing on someone's heart because their heart's not beating. The only time you should ever be giving chest compressions is if they don't have a pulse. So if they don't have a pulse, you're pushing on their heart to push blood out of their heart, and mostly to their brain is where you're trying to get it, right? So the problem with doing that when they have holes in their body that are creating bleeding is you are now pushing blood from their heart out of their body faster. And them having no blood is in their body is going to kill them a lot faster than just not having blood to their brain. So, because you can't get the right blood type to them fast enough and start that's so much. You just let them just start patching holes, and once all the holes are patched, we'll knock it out, go CPR this guy away. But the rule of thumb here is stop the bleed first, and then worry about everything else. So just for free advice from a former first responder.
Yeah. This is good advice for anybody.
Did you ever have to give Narcan to someone? We were not issued Narcan, nor were we given training to give Narcan. To be honest, most of the people that I ran into that had excited delirium and stuff like that might have qualified for Narcan for me, I probably still wouldn't have administered, only because I didn't know what they had. Narcan's kind of a double-edged sword, because unless you can clearly diagnose why. And again, if you're a cop, you're not really a medical professional. What they're suffering from, like, unless it's like, hey, this guy's got an upper, basically, like heroin or crack or some crazy shit. Like, Narcaning them is not a good idea if they're diabetic or some shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill them faster.
Which is a joke amongst EMS.
So don't do that. I didn't have it, so I don't have any expertise to give on that. I'm certified when it comes to CPR.
I've only had it recreationally, so.
Sergeant George is giving a subtle flex on a CPR certification. I love you so much. Who does chest compressions on a bullet-rated man? You would be amazed. I have seen it in person at least 3 different occasions. Where I show up and there's a family member or some shit, full on going.
Full video
like,
after next week.
Like fucking like doing the whole Hollywood thing where they're like fist slamming the guy's chest, and I'm like, I mean, you're about to be in excess. This is 2nd-degree murder for you, my guy. Like, stop fucking giving him chest compression.
Precordial pump, I think it's what it's called, where you're just like...
You're just supposed to, like, hit him, yeah.
Try and restart it, which doesn't actually work for anything at all, other than, like,
hey,
leaving a big old bruise.
It happens enough that we talk. They have a name for it medically. I'm a diabetic, so if I'm having a bad day, I approve it. The ginger's like, fuck it, give me the Narcan. I'm here for it.
He's just happy someone's trying, you know?
Yeah, there it is. He said somebody cares. So, do they have anything else to this?
And another
No, they don't have anything else to this. Yeah, don't ignore the random person standing around with you with a gun. Have situational awareness. It's super important.
All right, Josh, what is the difference between excited delirium and just having a lot of adrenaline?
So there's a misconception that people, anytime there's any level of excitement, people think adrenaline's the thing that hits your system. There's a lot of stuff that hits your brain when you're under a lot of stress. There's adrenaline. There's what's it called? Cortisol hits your system. There's a lot of your hormones, or was it your endocrine system's a lot more complex than we give it credit for. You have like testosterone being dripped into your system, progesterone, all this kind of stuff all the time. So excited delirium is different than just somebody being like excited, if you want to call it that. An excited state is anyone where their prefrontal cortex shuts down and they'll start repeating themselves or they'll start freaking out. This happens a lot of time with like a traumatic injury or like you got to think like right before you have a car, like after you have a car accident or something crazy like that, when you kind of get numb, you don't really feel anything, but your brain kind of spirals. People that have anxiety, not to trigger anybody here, but anybody that has an anxiety disorder and you start to spiral, you go from being nervous about talking in front of people to I'm worthless and I'm all this kind of stuff. That kind of spiraling is a type of excited state where you're going to be very hard to deal with. And so you're going to be yelling random shit. You're going to be very hard to talk to, whatever. That's different. Excited delirium, specific state, and I don't know exactly all of the medical portions of this, but typically right before you die, quite literally, where like your brain knows you're dying, it'll actually start sending like stupid amounts of dopamine, to my understanding, to your brain to basically make you high so you die in peace. And so what ends up happening is these people will just start screaming. The few times I've seen it in real life, there's like someone that's fighting you and then someone that's not even speaking English anymore. Like it's like they're speaking in tongues, they're like yelling, they'll start thrashing, and they'll start doing things so severely. And mostly what's happening is their heart rate's like out of this world. Their brain's basically frying itself, and they're the only thing that could stop them at that point is either Narcan or there's a lot of sedatives that they'll use for somebody. And really what they're trying to do is they're trying to lower their blood pressure so they're not going to get like a brain embolism. And they're trying to lower their metabolic rate so that they're not cooking their brain in a fever. It really typically only happens. Fentanyl can cause this. The other thing too is you'll see this with like spice because it's laced with a bunch of different stuff. I've seen this with heroin before and meth. But typically it's uppers that cause excited delirium. If you start taking like alcohol or weed or I'm trying to think of other opioids that are really more downers or suppressants or hallucinogens. DMT is not going to send you into excited delirium. It's
hard to be excited when you're passed out in a gutter.
Exactly. So this is typically, that's the best way I can answer that question. There's a lot of medical things. Let's go ask a physician, the medical side of it. But our training on it was really what you're looking for is that there's like high and excited, and then there's like border, and it's weird because you can almost sense it. Like your brain has this weird primal way of looking at somebody and being like, okay, I've seen crazy, and this guy's like, full on punching a tree, breaking his hand while he's doing it, and not flinching. Like I said, it's PCP and stuff like that is really where you start to see excited delirium become, because you have like a runaway. It's kind of like when a nuclear facility melts down. There's a runaway chain reaction in your body's metabolic rate that it basically cooks and kills you. At least that's my understanding of it. Please correct me in the chat if you have more information than I do. Follow for more great tips.
I said because Brian Porter said he cheated on his CPR tests. I said, he does CPR test by casting resurrection spell. Follow for more great tips.
Follow for more great tips. Anyways, shout out to Police Post. I think this is our last Instagram post. This is also about situational awareness. Shout out to it. Here we go. There's nothing on that audio, so you guys can't. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. So this guy went straight for this dude's gun. Shout out to that level 3 holster. Probably what he has that saved his fucking life. Because he gets that, you die. Yeah, he went straight for his gun. They do teach a weapon retention technique, and he did a modified version. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, where you're actually taught to just cram your hand, because you want to just basically keep the gun in the holster, because it can't hurt anybody while it's in there. Unless it's a SIG P320. Shout out to SIG.
Yeah, and it'll just go off.
Yeah. But anyways, the whole idea is to keep it in the holster. So buying a quality holster, if it's going to be a legit duty grade holster, is a good idea. Shout out to Safari Land, the people that Serpos. But also shout out to this guy for like not hanging out. He ran over here. It's kind of an athletic jog, but I'll forgive him for it. Probably pushing.
You don't want to be sweaty when you get there.
Exactly.
You want to be comfortable when you're fighting, dude.
But shout out for doing that. Yeah, but situational awareness is super important. I don't know that he stood much of a chance. We all walk around a bit. So if you're just walking from point A to point B, what are you really going to do? I don't really want to fault this officer for that. And ultimately, he didn't lose because he didn't lose the gun. But it's more important to keep a hold of that gun than it is to stay standing and stuff like that. But there is a lot of different techniques that he could have utilized to do this than falling on the ground. It's actually where
you could have done this one.
This is also where a Kimura comes in super handy, because you just put this guy into guard and rip his shoulder off. So shout out to anybody that does Gracie Jiu-Jitsu or Alvarez Jiu-Jitsu. It's also a thing. Just Gracie made a school for it. That was probably a school resource officer. Bro, Sergeant George is throwing shade today. Jesus.
Well, that's probably the kind you want.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
At least the one dude ran to go help.
Hey, shout out to this school resource officer. This kind of looks like a college campus, maybe.
It does.
Or like
I was wondering
mall.
if they were like, if this was security or if this is actually police. I guess it says police on the back. It's kind of hard to read.
Yeah, shout out. Go to EF combatives or whatever. Let's see if I can click this and it sends me somewhere not creepy. Yeah, go check these people out. But also go shout out to Police Post and Stoic Pros.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see some,
nice
if you guys want to go
plug.
see some OG me and Bill on the internet. Shout out to everyone that threw us a like. I appreciate everyone that's thrown us a like so far. We're on to YouTube. Shout out to Police Post. I'm going to make sure I don't have to reposition this in OBS real quick. Let me go full screen and see what y'all are going to see.
Yeah.
I think this looks good.
It looks good.
Yeah, this looks good.
It's a little bit cut off on the left, but I don't think it'll make it. Oh, wait, never mind. That's not full screen. I'm on delay.
Hold on.
I'm looking at the thing wrong.
Let's see. I'm gonna
Give it 2 seconds.
I'm going to move it to like here so y'all can actually see everything. It's kind of floating in space, but at least you can see the whole screen. Yeah.
I like using the Kimura as a sweep to take the back. I like using the Gamora to take out Thanos. So.
Oh my God, the Gamora! I hear too much. So I changed that for you guys. I like using the Kimura as a sweep to take the back. Yeah, I mean it's a very effective way of controlling someone's limb, because that limb belongs to you if you actually lock it in. Also the Americana, which is basically the opposite of that. Wonderfully wacky world of YouTube. Yes, Sergeant George, we're here. Shout out to police activity for this thing. This says drunk Florida woman arrested after driving golf cart on busy highway. Shout out to Florida. Sean, if you were here, yeah, Sean, if you were here, you'd go. We'd be talking shit. This is Florida Highway Troopers. What in the... The cones. What's in your trunk that you have to put the cones there?
I'm gonna go straight to community service after this. So is there audio? I can't hear it.
Hold on, I'll turn it up.
Oh yeah, you had it.
Okay, well, I haven't been holding you for 20 minutes too, so go ahead and get in the car.
You have been holding me.
Alright, we're not arguing here, ma'am. I need you to get in the back of the car so that I can pull.
Okay. If she's detained or under arrest, which both, I think, you got an offense. I don't know Florida penal code, but I'm pretty sure you got an offense here.
It's a motor vehicle and it's on a highway. I figure you.
Why is she not in handcuffs? I don't understand this at all. And why is she cuffed to the front if she is?
Off the road. We're on the
Not
shoulder right now.
handcuffed.
It's not safe.
Not in handcuffs at all. No, yeah.
I'll give it to you. I'll put it in my car.
No, they're right there. I
will
want them now.
put it in my
I
car.
want them now.
I'm
I
not gonna
want
get
them
that right
now.
now.
I want them now.
Ma'am, don't do this the hard way. Just sit in the car for a few minutes until I figure out what's going on.
These guys ain't trying to deal with this arrest right here. They don't want to do the paperwork.
I have not done anything
Try to just like drive her home or
You
something.
actually have done something wrong, okay? It's illegal to drive
They have an offense. Handcuff this
There it
bitch.
on 95 on a golf course.
Put that on camera. You have to arrest her
Well, I
now.
wasn't on 95.
You were 95.
No.
Where are we at right now?
You were 95. What do you think we're right now?
6048.
Go ahead and sit down.
I want my belongings now.
I want my belongings now. Sit down, ma'am. I'm not gonna argue with you. Don't make me put you in the
Okay,
back
right
of
on
the
that.
car.
As soon as you get in the car.
I want my
Shout out to Explorer. What's
It
going
is
on?
my right to
Got the driver, 1015, I'll be.
I have.
You're not getting it because,
No, I want a video cam.
ma'am,
I
you are
want
being
video.
videoed.
They're still talking to her. This is annoying me already.
Yeah.
Let's
Be
see.
going where?
Brian says, I feel like she's about to start fighting him. This is what we call a clue. This goes from passive noncompliance to active aggression.
Pre-attack cues.
Yeah, we're in there.
I know words. I watched Leo Lingo.
You want your
Hold on,
belongings
only
with you?
I want everything, but I want you to unleash me.
Okay.
Unleash me.
Not,
Unleash me.
Not.
I am
Oh my
telling
God.
you, I'm gonna go through them.
Oh, there you go. Look at that bottle, bro.
So in the state of Texas, at least, if I see just this and based off her behavior, I do have public intoxication at the
Would
very
arrest her just for drinking
I
cinnamon
do.
apple Jack Daniels. That's disgusting.
Right? That's a crime against humanity.
Oh, gross. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know what? Insanity defense. She could totally go for that.
Yeah. See, in that case,
No sane
I'd take
person
her on
thinking that.
I'd take her on notification of emergency detention if she went with that route, so that she's got to go sit with the grippy socks for 48 hours.
She just definitely needs it.
Alright, ma'am, you're being arrested for driving under the influence.
No. Ow.
She said no. You can't arrest her now.
Get out of the vehicle.
Look at you. Still got her AirPods. Oh no, they're full on headphones.
That's a bite. That's a bite. Wait,
Oh, there you go.
That's a bite.
Get out
Old
of
lady's
here.
inviting, man.
Place your bets if he
Is she
gets bit.
pregnant?
No, I think she's just a little chunky.
She's just fat. Okay.
She just likes food.
Okay. I'm gonna judge. I got a similar bump.
No.
Get out of the vehicle.
No.
Stand up.
Right. Right.
The handcuff her there.
There you go.
Shout out.
Nice and friendly.
1750, 520, and
Ma'am, get in.
No.
north.
No.
No. I'm not.
Yeah.
So shout out. Okay, I was about to say what you want to do is come in from the other side because getting kicked sucks. This guy's in the danger zone for getting shit on, pissed on, spit on, and kicked. So just yeah, go with this.
No.
So the guy on the right has seniority, is what I'm hearing.
Ow. Ow.
Get the cones off.
Go up to the next,
No.
Oh yeah, now the cones. They're gonna have to unleash the cones.
No. 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 I am not.
Oh. I felt that in my knee. I've done that to myself.
I just want to be able to live my life with the complex.
I'm surprised your sunglasses have stayed on this whole time. Let's see. Place your bets
like it.
on if this woman is acting like a Karen. Shout out. Arrested for what? So even before we got to this, you have. I hear an echo. Is there an echo? I might be
I
coming.
think that might be my microphone seems to be picking something up. Give me a second. I'm gonna put on headphones.
Oh, you're good. So, anyways, you have public intoxication. You have operating a unregistered vehicle on the highway, or like a non-compliant motor vehicle on a public roadway. And then you probably have a couple different offenses here, and that's kind of what they're going with. So there's a couple different things that they get arrested for here. If the cops say you're under arrest, you're under arrest. You can either sit down or lay down. Oh, that's funny.
Fight it in court.
Fight it in court.
We're gonna go 46
They do have to seatbelt her in, though.
hours. So
Shout out to that.
So, fun fact about golf carts: if you do decide to be an idiot on a golf cart anywhere, even on private property, your insurance will not cover you.
Mm-hmm.
I know this from working with insurance agents. There is specific golf cart insurance you have to buy. So if you're ever on a golf course, you rent a golf cart or whatever, you get injured, you get stupid, you go do fancy jumps off of whatever, you better have golf cart insurance.
Sure.
Because otherwise, all your injuries are going to not be covered by your insurance. They're going to flip you right off. So this lady, if she had gotten injured in any way or whatever, hit another car, she would have had to pay out the ass on top of the arrest. So
this is going to be an OIS with Fresno.
Be smart when you're
police.
stupid.
Yeah, be smart when you're being stupid. Thank you to everyone that dropped likes. I really appreciate it. We got a bunch of people here. What's going on, Pamela? Bro, Pamela's been steady in all these videos. It's good to see you.
Pamela, what's
It's
up?
good to see you. You've only missed like the first third of it, pretty much.
Also, Pamela, thank you for joining our Patreon.
Hey, shout out. Thank you for
If
that.
you have a Discord, you can hop into our private Discord with that Patreon subscription.
Yep. Then you can talk.
So-
You can communicate with us 24/7. It goes straight to our cell phones. So this is actually how we decide most of these videos that we're going to watch do come from our Patreon groups. So if you get into our Discord, we'll explain how that process works. But you should. It's as little as $1 a month. That gives you access to our Discord, and you get it. I don't know. You get to join Let's Plays. You get to join these, and then we have after parties when we get done with streams.
We have the after party after the stream where we just hang out and talk.
Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. So this is, like I said, it's an OIS for Fresno. I guess we're going to get the 911 and the whole nine. So
Hell yeah.
let me turn up the audio.
Dispatch received a 911 call from a homeowner reporting that her son, 27-year-old Austin Flores, was in her backyard in violation of a restraining order.
911 state your emergency.
So you have an offense.
Yes, this has to do with an emergency restraining order on
As a felony in the state of Texas.
my son. He happens to be at the residence. I have the police report number, or what can
What's
I
the
give
address?
This dispatcher wants the address.
The address. I don't care about your life story,
Caller
lady.
indicated her son was intoxicated from possible drug use.
Yeah.
Officers from the Fresno Police Department's Central Policing District were dispatched to the address. Flores' mother again called 911 to report her son brandished a firearm and made a threat should law enforcement arrive.
Nice.
I need to give you an update.
Okay.
He just came out of the side of the house and he brandished a gun. He had on his waistband. He brandished a gun. He said, if they come for me, I'm ready for them.
Also, if you say things like this to people that eventually call 911, anticipate getting the ignorant police to respond. Because this is how you got ignorant police, Josh.
It's a fake one? Okay, my mother's saying it's a fake. My mother, I think it's a fake one. He has, to my knowledge, he has no bullets. I saw a fake one on the dirt.
Okay, what is it?
Sounds like a... So we used to get these kind of call texts all the time because people would give us details like this. And I shit you not, we'd be driving to this like, bro, like we'd be messing each other on the NBC. Sounds like an ambush to me. It's like literally, we would send each other stuff like this all the time. Or even just like in a text form like, bruh, so are you going to come back beyond this ambush or nah? Patrol jokes.
It's just like a toy fake gun. Okay, well, I'm on the phone right now, and I've been outside in the house. I've been outside, and I've been monitoring. That's what he said to me.
Okay. But you think now it was a toy?
I don't know, officer. I don't trust my
Based.
phone.
So what did it look like?
Black revolver, a big black revolver.
Whoa.
Oh, hell yeah. Dibs.
He said dibs.
I have a big silver revolver.
Hey, shout out to these officers for being tactical and like whispering and like trying to approach and get eyes on the individual before they have to go and deal with them. They probably staged, so shout out to them for utilizing some good tactics. And also, Axon, you know how I feel about you.
Okay, he's in there. He's in there. I got moving.
Got deadly cover. Shout out.
Back seat. He's back up. He's coming out. He sees us.
Fresno Police Department, show me your hands!
Mom, back out.
Show me your
Mom,
hands!
back up.
Oh, the dog's there.
Fresno Police Department, show me your hands! We have a police canine here. If you take off running, we're going to send the dog. You may be bitten by the dog. Come out now.
You don't want that. You don't want that smoke,
So
dude.
Fresno Police Department, you're surrounded, dude. Come out now.
This canine officer trusts the shit out of this officer that's with him because that's the only lethal cover they have. I mean, the dog doesn't count as lethal cover. They're pretty OP, but... Oh, he's got a gun tonight. Brian, you motherfucker.
Hey, do we want to go use the garage?
Yeah, you want to go?
Yeah, go.
Sorry, we're going to cross. Go.
He's closing the door.
Go, gun!
Watch out.
Gun! Show me your hands, dude.
Shout out for using cover. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of them rocking across that area there, but it is what it is.
Is it just the two of them there? Is that a third one back there?
I think I see a third one here. Now, my issue, this is just me getting really picky here. So if you have officers already on this side, why didn't they just approach from
the other side?
The side that they're already on? Like, they should have just approached from here instead of crossing over. That's just from a safety standpoint. It is what it is. Once you're in it, you're in it. And these rarely go that smoothly. But before you approach somebody, let's get as much resources as we can that's reasonable to it. So that you're not... the whole reason is you're trying not to expose yourself as an officer to a bunch of danger because then you're forced to use of force tactics. I'm trying to put myself in the most advantageous position possible so that I can use the minimum amount of force to control the area. That's the whole point of...
Maximize your options, basically.
Yeah. And also buy myself as much time as possible to make a decision, basically.
Sarge, you go up.
I am team backing this dog out of here because really the dog's not helpful. Now this is a deadly force situation. You don't need to be using the dog. Shout out to them for that.
I feel like a rifle would be really helpful right now.
Some cars up.
Rifle would be very helpful. Also, shout out to LVPOs because then you can zoom in and see them from a distance.
Not iron sights all the way, baby.
One's all big iron, baby. Jesus, I can't think.
Just get bullets in the general direction.
Hey, we need to
suppressive fire.
Here, though, to protect Grandma.
No, my guy. No. What are we doing here?
There you go. Yeah. Wait. He's gonna turn it to the side.
I'm gonna willingly use one hand instead of two. This thing has this thing called the sling on it. Use the sling, my guy. Jesus.
We need to put bodies here to protect.
Let's
Mom.
But this also isn't great cover.
Is that a beanbag shotgun he's got?
Yeah, if you got yellow, it's either a beanbag shotgun. They also have taser shotguns, which are kind of badass. But I'm assuming it's going to be the former.
Okay, it was on my screen. It was all blocky, and I couldn't tell what. It just looked like a stick.
It's like yellow, yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, you can kind of see it's yellow.
Go ahead and take that breezeway lethal. Mom.
Flash it.
Chris, go ahead and take that breezeway lethal.
I'm okay with this. Oh, this is smart. I like this.
Going around, I like it.
It's called triangulating this individual here. They can see the car from two different angles.
To Baker, can be advised he brandished a weapon, chrome in color.
Chrome in color. Hey, I am also team. Let's point a gun if I think he's got a gun. Let's be pointing it, as opposed to down here in this lowered position. He does have a semi-decent backstop here. It's not the best. I mean, in a neighborhood there are no good backstops, but you do have a deadly threat. Let's treat it like that. Nope. Keep looking at it. They got that. Good. Way to go, my guy.
Okay.
Shout out to the weapon mounted light. Also the
I
Glock.
know.
Also the Glock MOS. They could have had red dots.
Iron sights.
He said iron sights, baby. Jesus, Juan. Let's see, they're in a standoff here.
T. Baker 10 to Hutchins, watch to us, to the west, watch to the west.
Gun! They don't have money. Ooh.
Show me your hands! Gun! Gun!
Yes, there's a gun.
Don't move! Gun! Gun right hand! He's right there down. He's down right here. He's down right here. Stand down.
I mean, it looked like he kind of apparated.
West, watch to the west.
Gun! Gun!
Yeah, it's just because the body cam view obviously is blocked off by the stage. I'm
To
sure his
arrive
head
on the
was like.
scene. Mr. Flores was transported to the hospital, where he was pronounced deceased.
Yeah, man, he got shot a few times there, my dude. Moral of the story: don't present firearms, fake or not, to law enforcement. The tactics were okay. I think eventually they figured it out. The one thing, and we talk about this a lot. He said an AR-15 flintlock pistol versus a flintlock pistol. Jesus. The biggest issue I have with a lot of this is not leaving eyes on your target area. Now, if you have someone covering it, like I said, like you again, and this is where a rifle really comes in handy. Where we came from, typically the rifle would show up and they would be your lethal cover. Everyone else was figuring out how to isolate that individual. Let's cut off avenues of escape. Let's see if I can move to a different place to get a better vantage point so that I can visually confirm what's going on and give updates over the radio so that the guy on the rifle is not having to get on the radio. You pick one person and you say, hey, you're our radio traffic guy, so you can tell Central what's going on, so that command staff can know what's going on and all that, and we can get better resources available to us. We're probably pulling up shields at this point. Like, technically at this point, as long as you got 2 or 3 people giving you lethal cover, everyone else there is just an accessory. So, like, but if you are the one on the leading edge of that perimeter handling that person, your only concept, don't be moving trash cans. Don't be doing any of this other stuff. Keep your eyes on the threat and treat that threat with the respect that it deserves, because it could kill you. Fortunately for them, it was a fake firearm. Unfortunately for the person that is deceased in this area, he made very bad decisions, which led to... my advice here is, do not give officers a reason to believe that you were a deadly threat to them. You don't need to help stressing them out, if that makes any sense. Did y'all's rifle guy brace up if possible? I don't know what brace up means, to be honest. I've got a vid request, but I'll wait until we get slightly lighter videos, memes, and stuff. Yeah, I wish we could have nothing but our first couple ones were pretty good. Our first couple ones were not OISs.
We're okay. Usually the Instagram ones are a little bit lighter.
Yeah, we tend to get to these OISs eventually. So shout out to all the likes, to everyone that's liked it. I appreciate it, and everyone that's in here. Well, not necessarily at him, but close to where he was standing. Yeah. Suicide by cop. I believe this is probably exactly that. Unfortunately, that's a thing. Suicide by cops really, really.
Sergeant George said, or the best course of action to distract someone who has a gun, throw one highway flare at him.
Based. Smoke them out, dude.
Yeah. Have a flare gun.
Have a flare.
Police departments, hit me up.
I'm available.
Consultations.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just going to copy Sergeant George's ideas.
Yep, 100%. So this is an OIS including Sand Springs PD, I'm guessing. I don't know if they're deputies or not. But there's a high-speed chase, so I guess let's see.
I think this is the one that I added. This is the other pit.
This looks like a shoulder-mounted camera, which I hate. It's going to make us all sick to our stomachs.
On August 1st, 2022, a Sand Springs business called police to report a larceny at their business.
Larceny!
The caller provided a vehicle description and tag number, which led police to the subjects who were in a stolen vehicle. A pursuit ensued between the vehicle and Sand Springs police that entered Pawnee County. Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers joined the chase and
Parks and
eventually
Rec
used
Police
a tactical
Department.
vehicle
Oh, no way.
maneuver to spin the driver.
I mean, they were in Pawnee, Indiana, which is not a real town, but this is Pawnee County.
There it is.
As
no
a
clue if it's
result,
in Indiana.
The vehicle spun into a trooper's patrol unit and also crashed head-on into a...
So you fucked up once troopers got involved. Like, you done fucked up. You're in a stolen car and there's a trooper behind you. You're going to jail. You're going to the jail, you're going to the morgue. You take your pick. But you ain't getting away. If it's like a municipal cop, they might let you go after a while. And even like county guys might let you go. But a trooper, Legit.
This
like,
is all they have to do.
They'll literally point at the patch and be like, motherfucker, not until you get to another state. Troopers they're built different, dude.
To a Sand Springs vehicle. The officer outside his car and another inside their car fired their guns but didn't hit anyone. The chase ended near Keystone Lake in Pawnee County, where the people in the SUV they were chasing got out and escaped before being found several hours later.
Still westbound 64, speeds 90 miles an hour, light rain.
Good radio traffic.
Look at this pit. Ooh. This is why I was so impressed with that last one, because this one goes out of control.
For those of you that started with us, that first pit was clean as hell. This was not smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a write-up. Oh, this is a write-up.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's gonna be a couple more probably.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
You tried to shoot out the tire, I think.
Don't shoot tires. Tires are deadly threats.
Not a great...
My other bit of advice, and this is only because I used to do this for a living, and we used to get into situations like this. If they're still in their car, you should probably still be in yours. If that car can move, it can run you over. A pit countered by a pit by the suspect. It was not super effective. Don't shoot out tires. Don't do that.
Stop!
I give you a short story time, and I mean really short. The last officer at my old police department that tried to shoot a dog missed and killed a lady. Because the dog's not a deadly threat. So you don't shoot at things that aren't deadly threats because you could fuck up, skip a bullet, and kill somebody. It better be worth your life if you're discharging your firearm.
Stop!
And he is in prison.
Stop!
Probably.
Stop! Stop!
I checked up on it.
Why is he telling that officer to stop? I'd be smoking that guy, I'm not gonna lie. Smoke him. Somebody rams you like that in a car, you smoke that guy. Now, again, it's gonna be a write-up. Have fun with that paperwork, but if somebody is driving their car directly into yours, smoke that guy.
This is the epitome of better dead than written up right here, which is like, I'm considering it, maybe.
Literally better dead than written up.
He just rammed us. Shots fired! Shots fired!
Let's holster up, my guy. You're out of this. You're done. Yeah, dude. That was not a smooth pit. Shout out to these officers for being brave and serving their communities. But we're going to put this in the L column for sure. I'm glad. I hope no officers were hurt. Car accidents suck, and they might not feel it now, but they probably feel it later. Hell, I've injured myself just driving too fast. But, just be careful when you're out there. Know what you're kind of getting into. And know your limitations as an officer. I think that's super, super important. I was not trained to do a pit maneuver, to be honest. Could I have done it in a pinch and tried? Sure. I mean, I drive a car professionally, right? But if I don't feel real good about doing it, I'm probably not gonna. It was the same thing with so we carried patrol rifles, and these were 5.56. The second I got in the woods, I realized my little pea shooter bullet's not going to do that great. It hits a twig. It's now basically a random guess. Like it goes from like a 90% chance of hit to like a 2% chance of hitting. So I kind of understood the limitations of not only my equipment, but also of myself as an individual. Also, if you're hitting somebody with a Charger and they got an old Chevy SUV, it's not typically going to go very well for you. And like I said, understand a deadly threat when it's there. There wasn't anything terribly egregious, minus the tire shooting. I'm not going to bless that. Don't do that. Because what's your report going to read? I attempted to discharge my firearm at a tire.
The tire had a gun. You didn't see the tire pull a gun?
Yeah. So
I saw it.
Because don't get me wrong, could I shoot at a tire with a rifle if I had enough lead weight? Sure. But the problem's going to be is what is the collateral? That's why they make spike strips. That's why pit maneuvers are allowed. I have all these safety features in my vehicle to make me withstand this collision, right? And typically cars, as long as they're using their seatbelt and all that stuff, their cars got a lot of safety. Cars aren't designed to take bullets. So it's just not a good call. Unless it's not a great way to stop a car either. I've driven on a flat.
multiple cars where, on a flat, on an exploded tire that exploded on me on like a highway, and I just had to keep going.
If he was like dumping a slug into somebody's engine block to try to get it to stop going, maybe you could sit there and articulate that, maybe. But like a tire is not going to stop a car, and even spike strips aren't designed to stop the car; they're designed to slow it down. Because speed is really what kills you in pursuits. And so as long as they get the car to get like under 30 miles, it's hard to go faster than 30 or 40 on nothing but flats, right? Car won't do it. They're not designed to go that way.
Yeah, but even then, you're probably going to have to take out at least 2.
Yeah.
And on 1, it can still keep going on 1. We saw that one lady that had that exact thing happen to her on the other week.
That's true.
And she's more than happy to keep going.
Chris gave this a C+. Bro, this is like an F. This is a C+ for the officers that later caught these guys.
These if they had stopped them here and caught them, okay.
These guys
got away.
You're probably looking at some days off, to be honest. Where I came from, you're probably getting fired for some of this, to be honest. And I'm not saying like this can't be retrained or whatever. Like again, these guys are still willing to do the job, and I always want to acknowledge how valuable that is because there's someone that's still willing to put themselves in harm's way on our behalf, and I appreciate that, I really do. But in instances like this, where they're almost more of a danger to themselves than helping, if that makes sense. I'm glad that they're doing something, but like hold on and wait till like I'm not gonna say like the adults are coming, but like you know what I mean, like the guys that are eventually gonna take these people into custody. Like know your limits. Like I wasn't SWAT. But the best thing I had was a rifle going with me. If I thought it was like an insurgency and Al Qaeda was setting up, like I'm not going in there by myself. Okay, like I understand where my lane is, and I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff. I'm not cracking a round off at 300 yards. I'm not a sniper. Like we have sniper teams for that, and they have weapon systems set up for that. Like you just kind of have to know your lane, and really for their safety, but also collectively for our safety. Like know what you're doing. And know what you can and cannot do, and don't sign up for shit unless you're ready to do it. I will give, not to beat a dead horse, but a Uvalde's A+ #1 example of what happens when you are in over your own head. Don't be that. Wild high-speed chase. Oh, we got another pit. Check it out. We got a lot of pit maneuvers today.
Sweet. This is the pit edition.
7/19. This is pretty recent. So this camera was not updated recently, but... I fucking love that.
We're about 1037. We're coming into Van Buren. PD, we're coming into your city on 64 right now.
It's great radio traffic. Great radio traffic.
Okay, U-turn. We're making a U-turn. We're going back eastbound on 64.
Great radio traffic.
Let that rolling PD unit. He needs to get out of my way where I can get up there with the dog.
Pit that car. Pit that car. Pit that car.
It's in Oklahoma. Jesus.
Well, they got nice long stretches of road with nobody on them.
Yeah, exactly. That's
pit
what I mean. Hey,
car.
Pit that car. Pit that car. This is incredible radio.
If you're going to do it anywhere, do it in Oklahoma or like East Texas.
Exactly. Go pit that motherfucker.
Yeah, you got nothing for miles around.
AT4 that guy right off the roadway. I'm here for it. Bless it. My taxpayer money. I'm here for it. 140. Oh, it's not a good feeling. See, this wouldn't be a good place to pit just because of all the stuff that's on the side here. Hell yeah. Look at this. Real calm. He's thinking taste. PFC's engaged, baby. Prefrontal cortex for the noobs here.
Oh, fuck. PFC. PFC.
I love it. This is great communication. This is great. See, so he's organizing, and he's letting this guy in the front just drive. They're really good tactics on a pursuit here. Also, not a car you can exactly catch up with. This guy's got like a fucking V8. And patrol vehicles are cool and all, but they're ridden hard and often, unfortunately. So, even if they got the engine for it. Are they deciding on whose car to use? They're like, well, my car's already kind of dicked up, so fuck it, I'll hit him. Whatever, I don't care.
Who's got the oldest car?
Oh, yeah. Drivers in California will help you. The crazy drivers out there. Shout out to California. If
Y'all are wild. Y'all got a high-speed chase like every other day. I think there were like 4 last week that I saw.
Shout out to California. I'm here for it. The guy gets 3 stars. Come on. He's at least at 3.
Okay.
So they're waiting for a less. They're waiting for a less population dense area here.
Let's. We might have to skip ahead because it's a 30-minute video.
Well, this looks like is this some action?
Speed's 100. We're coming up to Twin Bridges.
He thought about it. He couldn't do it because that car.
Ooh, this is a bad place to be. What is that SUV doing?
Clear left, clear right. Passing the
Great radio traffic, dude.
pit. He's swerving all over the place.
Pit that car. Pit that car.
Pit that car. Everybody in chat. Pit
that
car.
car. Pit that car.
Behind us. We're passing Oric Road. Speed's 80.
We need like a little pit bull emoji for whatever.
That would be incredible.
We want somebody to pit.
But I tell you what, this Charger's mad dogging this guy. That guy's being smart. He's trying to avoid getting pitted. There it is.
I'm amazed that truck hasn't run out of gas. Oh, it's an. I thought it was an older truck. Oh, did we miss the pit?
No, they missed it.
Oh.
He tried to do it here. He just cut
he
him
tried
off,
to
yeah.
do it, and he just kind of. Well, he just cut him off.
He just yeeted.
There you go. Pin him in there. Oh.
Okay, we pitted him out. He's got back on the roadway.
See, what sucks about this is you crack your radiator and you just this car's a walking corpse at this point.
Stand by. We're back eastbound on 64. 21, you may have to get up there. I don't know if my car's going to make it. I got quite a bit of damage, I think.
Yeah, he knows.
What a dick for running like this, too.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, chance in the chat.
It was a black male driver.
ETC.
ETC. PTC. I love it. Backup unit pitted him. Yep. Wait. Is this city? This city just chilling? Fuck you guys. They're on a traffic stop? What the fuck? I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, we're eastbound on 64.
Is this the same guy? Oh my god, he caught up to him. Is this personal now?
Well, now he's the one that should pit it because his car's already
His car's
messed
the
up.
most messed up, yeah.
Is this happening? Pit that car.
Pit that car.
Oh, so close.
He's
edging that
right
pit.
Shoulder.
He's edging the pit.
2. Speed's 100. We're passing Little Mulberry.
Is he gonna do it? Oh, that would be a bad.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Pit that car. Pit that car.
Pit that car. Yeah.
That'll
That was
take
a good pit. There you go. Oh yeah. Hands
Man, I can't stand this shit. You cause all this damage. You're like, okay, just kidding. We give up.
Get your hands up! Get your
They were just
hands
rushing.
up! Get your hands up! Passenger, shut up, passenger. Open the door from the outside.
What are you gonna say here,
Everybody, hold what you got. Hold what you got. Get out of the truck. Get on the ground.
bro?
Was it me? We didn't do it.
What is this guy doing? Like, look at how casual he is.
Passenger.
Yep.
Shut up, passenger. Open the door from the outside.
Look at how,
What's going on
look
here?
at how casual
Get
this
out of the
guy
truck.
is.
Get on the ground.
I heard there was some trouble out here. Oh, did I bring
You
my
try
gun up?
anything, you're gonna get shot. Get out of the ground.
Come to me. Turn away. Turn away.
Go to the other side. Go to the other side.
Hands up. As high as you can get them up to the roof.
Hey, cover me. Just cover me. Everybody cover me. Cover me.
He's so tired of all this shit. He's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go hands on.
He's got a seatbelt issue. Get over there with them.
Get over there with them. I love this guy, dude. I love this guy.
Roll down that back window. And if you try anything funny, you're getting shot.
2 hands maybe
Roll
on the
that
gun?
window down.
Do what?
2 hands maybe on the gun?
So he's trying to put something up in his pocket. I'm not too mad about it.
Oh, okay.
I think he had a knife in his hand to cut the seatbelt off the guy.
Oh, gotcha.
And so I think he's trying to like fold it back and put it in his boot. I'm with you too, but to be honest, at this distance, you shouldn't need 2 hands on the gun. But I'm team put 2 hands on the gun.
I'm asking you to roll the window down. Take your seatbelt off and get out. You try anything funny, you're gonna get shot.
Way to hold this gun.
Call Motor or somebody. Get somebody to get a unit out there.
You said kill
got
one.
several units. We got 3 at gunpoint. Go to the other side. I'll cover him. Oh.
Was she pregnant?
I don't know, man. Juan's over here trying to give everybody a baby.
Yeah.
It's a good.
That's what we do.
10-15, 10-15, 3 times.
That was great
Keep it
radio
in.
traffic. Let's see what we got here. Is there anything else? They searched the car.
Unit. Okay.
They just release this for giggles?
Hey, baby. Don't panic, you hear me?
Oh, he's just talking to his girl.
Don't panic, you heard me?
It's over with. I got pulled over. I'm so
Oh, he's on his cell phone.
I'm in the back of the police car now.
Oh, damn. They let him call his
playing,
boo.
baby. I'm not playing.
Wonder why he ran.
I'm not playing. Just
Stolen car, wasn't it?
I'm not playing.
That's right. It was stolen.
They're trying to get away with it, I'm
Hold on.
guessing.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
So he'd be search incident to arrest. I'm gonna be honest, I'd empty his shit. I'd emptied all of his pockets. I'd turn them all out because I just don't want to run the risk of him having a weapon.
You good? Get an ambulance or anything?
What a cool guy. He's like, hey, man, we got a car accident and shit. Like, I just want to make sure you're okay. I am team this officer, dude. This is officer number 3 that we've had that's totally killed it today.
So my back, y'all wrecked the car. Y'all hit
This is
my
the good
back.
policing
And I-
edition
And I
of,
really got a tumor in my
Body
head.
cam breakdown.
Okay. Hey, what's your last name?
Regal.
Spell it.
R-E-G-A. Yes.
Want you no additional charge?
Huh?
Don't lie. Okay, if you're in custody, if you were in handcuffs in the back of a patrol car, do not lie about your name. It does you no good, and people do it all the time. But fail to ID in Texas, the charges, I believe, fail to ID, or like being a fugitive of the law, like fugitive failed to ID. It's a bad idea. And then also fail to ID in general. Like if you had no charge and I just detained you and you gave me a bad name, also a bad way to go to jail. That's stupid.
What's your address on your license?
1-2.
Let's not dox this guy. Poor guy already ran from the police. He's calling his old lady back.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't like silence that portion. Like usually they do, the personal information just gets removed.
I don't even know. Let me see if I can share my location. I just.
He's trying to share his location on his cell phone from.
This is why
handcuff.
you search everybody. You take it. This is
Yeah.
search incident to arrest. I believe this was the driver to begin with, so you for sure have a good charge on him. Now, everybody else, you don't know, because they could have been just hapless victims in the vehicle, but at the very least, he should not have anything on him.
I'm ready. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Just the same shit. I just need you to sell them pups and keep shit going. You know what I'm saying? Keep.
He's talking about selling dogs.
Mm-hmm. Gonna guess he's not a quality breeder.
You know, when like, and so Juan and I can talk about this. So we both come from Mexican descent here, right? And so like, Juan and I both like go get educated. We come from parents that are educated and they give a shit and they want to like be contributors to society, right? And I swear I'll hear, and it always happened to me on patrol, and there was a very specific beat, in my area of responsibility, or you'd start to hear the banda music playing, right? And this was a coin flip. This was going to be one of two parties. There's it's just a traditional party and people are having like a pachanga and just having a good ass time, right? And I show up and I say, hey, can we just like turn the music down? And they're like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, whatever. They offer me some food or whatever, and I don't take it.
Offer you tacos, you know it.
100%, right? Then there's the other kind of banda music, right? And it's like they're ripping the like shingles off their house. The banda music is so loud. Immediately they're offended that I even showed up there. And I'm like, well, it's Wednesday night. It's definitely 1 o'clock in the morning. And everyone here is hammered. And there's a lot of cars in that front yard. Like more than there's normally because I patrol these streets. And I know that some of y'all are going to be driving home. So let's turn this music down or I start threatening people. And I swear, they didn't help stereotypes. That's all I'm saying. And it pisses me off when I see that shit. Because there's people that are working really hard to reverse some of these negative stereotypes when it comes to certain cultures. And again, Juan and I are very much affected by these things. And help, dude. Don't be selling illegal pit bulls on the side and running from the police. Stop that shit.
Keep shit going while, you know, back down there. I need to take advantage of this shit as much as I can. You can call in from another phone.
Anyways, I'm done with this guy. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Don't run from the police either. That's really dangerous for everybody involved. Quesadillas are good too. So it's a joke. I love,
dude.
He's on fire today, dude. Quesadillas are where it's at. Pit bulls. Let's be honest. More than likely. Officer. Nah, that's okay. Let's see. I was about to say either it's stolen or the guy forgot to pay his child support. I would not surprise me either. We used to get warrants for that shit periodically. Girl looks pregnant too. Because Juan's here. All the women are pregnant.
That's what I was saying. She did look for the 2 seconds she was on there. She looked pregnant.
That's true.
I saw baby bump, and it was one of those like maternity kind of like ruffly.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Shout out to everybody that's like the stream so far. I really appreciate it. And to everybody that's here, we got a bunch of people here, so I
don't know why the maternity blouses always have that like floral print on them. I don't get it.
I don't get it, man. So Canine Leo captures armed burglary suspect. Burglary typically has to deal with a residence, and you were trying to commit some sort of theft or things of that nature, some sort of offense. At least in Texas, that's how the offense reads. Shout out to Axon. You already know how I feel about you. Pups is definitely code for drugs. Maybe, I give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he meant dogs. It's real common. Real common where I used to be a cop.
Yeah. Call them pups.
So shout out. This is pretty recent too. This is 7/28 of this year. Ford truck.
The truck was
God,
stolen.
they're cooking it, dude. Yeah. Reported stolen at a Gainesville. Yeah. Oh, they're cooking it, dude. Oh, they're cooking it.
Can you tell how fast he's going?
Not from the camera, no.
Oh, okay.
Too fast.
Oh,
Jesus, this is cool.
Oh, helicopter, sweet. Hell yeah. Call it an airstrike.
One.
10-4 passing 17 approaching MLK.
I love how the streets show up.
I don't need anybody else in the pursuit.
The HUD, I guess, or the...
Bro, this guy's...
whatever you want to call it.
Big dick energy. He sat there and said, I don't need anyone else in this pursuit. Okay.
All right.
Apparently you're cooler than everybody else.
Yeah. That'll go well for you.
We update direction of travel.
Unless that was a supervisor, in that case, fuck that guy for not letting your dude in a pursuit of a stolen vehicle have additional units. You're a fucking asshole.
So is this normal for a helicopter to just have the streets pop up automatically on the thing?
I've never seen, at least at so we had Air 1 and DFW, our on my side of DFW. And so they knew exactly where they were seeing. So maybe they got new CAD software that lets them see that stuff. I've never seen on their stuff, but they always knew exactly where we were. So it would kind of make sense if they had some type of software. I just thought they were just super fucking familiar with the city.
Yeah.
Because we were, we policed, but they had a huge area of responsibility. So they might have had some sort of CAD system like this that kind of showed them where they were doing it.
That's super nice, super useful.
But typically, when Air One got involved for us, or our helicopter would get involved, it was their show. Like they called the pursuit and everything. We would just kind of drive. We would give updates as we go. What's going on, Alec? It is good to see your beautiful face. Oh my god,
Alec.
Chris said hellfire missiles. Jesus,
dude, that's what I'm saying. You could have taken him out in 2 seconds.
Street now coming up to Pine.
Could you imagine?
Street's full of potholes anyway.
Could you imagine a freaking Predator drone? Just could you imagine?
Predator drone, but it's got like a cattle guard on the front, so it just pits it.
10-4.
Just goes up. That's incredible. Just have like a non-explosive missile. It just kind of buries itself in the truck.
Yeah, just a concussive force to like push it.
Come on, Raytheon.
Come on, Axon. Y'all are making the stupid
come on, Axon.
Taser. They had like a landmine taser that they created, but they can't do this.
There it is.
Come on.
10-4.
Car taser. Let's go.
This is pretty cool. Infrared.
Turned on the night vision.
Eastbound on Fort King from 15th Avenue.
Well, it is a red truck, so the infrared helps.
10-4.
Come on, I can't see that. Punch you in the window. I'm gonna go find you and punch you in the window.
High quality police commentary here.
God, you see how hot that is from all the braking and accelerating? Jeez, like even
that's his little. He installed those lights under there.
So thermal will pick up a hot spot and it shows like the relative temperature and everything else. You gotta think the hood of this car is hot, but the brakes and the transmission are burning so hot that it doesn't even like register. That's crazy.
Just turn east on 15th Terrace.
East on 15th Terrace.
See, and this is smarter than using a spotlight because he thinks he's safe, you know? I love this dude.
I'm on 17th Street. How everyone got me?
Southbound 16th Avenue crossing over Fort King Street.
Oh, this is great radio traffic.
10-4. Good. 10-4, just wanted to make you aware of...
Now eastbound on 8th Street at First Ave.
I like how he cut off dispatch. Just want to make you aware. And he's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm giving traffic. And they will give you priority. Like, basically, if you hit the red button, your channel gets priority. I just love that he walked over dispatch because you don't have to say anything important.
Avenue eastbound. Alright, he just turned off. Unit that's on Magnolia, turn right. He just turned behind you into that lot.
Stop.
To the right. Stop there. He's out. Looks like he's out on foot.
And they are this good. Bill, if Bill was here, he'd share his story of when he got to be the point man for Air One. I got to listen to it like a fucking noob sitting on the sideline, but I was super jealous. It was super cool. Oh, he fucked up. I forgot the title of this. This guy fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Bite that guy. Bite that guy.
Bite that guy. Bite that guy.
He's about to have a bad day.
Good boy. Good boy.
We'll get him.
Contains a phone, a lighter, ammunition, a stolen Glock 22. It's a 40 caliber Glock. Located in the grass near the area in the backpack. Shout out to that. I guess they supplied it for us.
Yeah, we would have never seen it while this is running.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Is that an ambulance?
Did you hear that scream? They staged, I guess.
Yeah.
I want the chat to enjoy this here. Here we go. You ready? This was the most magical. Let's listen for it.
I got man! Don't fight that dog! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
What's happening to this man's leg is it is getting bit into. If you just go Google the teeth structure for a German Shepherd or a Malinois, and they're terrifying. He's having a bad day.
It's being turned into ground beef.
Get on your stomach!
It's a bad day. It's a bad day, dude.
Oh, he got a lot of legs.
So we only had bite dogs where I was a police officer, and our smallest dog was like 95 pounds. And they couldn't smell trucks. They couldn't sniff bombs. They were specifically designed to be just like literally fur missiles. And they were big, scary dogs, dude. Like every time, and they were angry constantly. I like when they were like not at work. Like the one time I got to meet them in academy when they weren't like at work. Every time I met them in the street, they barked at me like they wanted to kill me. And I'm in uniform. I'm like, bro, you're supposed like I look like your owner. And he's like, but you don't motherfucking smell like him. And he like, dude,
that's right.
We had big. If a department's got nothing but bite dogs, don't run, dude.
Because all they want to do is bite. That's what they get rewarded for.
Dude, it's fucking Cujo too, man.
Dude,
don't resist.
I bet it hurts, dude.
Yeah,
that's what you get for running. You literally have to like punch the dog sometimes to get him off. I've watched it happen. It's a bad day. Pamela's out here throwing shade.
We found a whole new set of vocal cords for that one.
Fast. Not fast. No.
And I love what was the most sick thing ever is our canine guy would keep a little like squeaky toy. And if you ever caught anybody, he would give him the squeaky toy, and all you'd hear is him go, "Good job," and the dog just squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. And I feel like it's got to be like extra triggering because this guy's thinking about his leg that's now ground beef.
Yeah.
And all he's hearing is squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. It's a dude. These dogs were sadistic, man. I don't fuck with canine, man. Shout out Trooper catches dog trying to flee from traffic. That's right. This is a great one. This is my favorite video of today. This vicious canine. Look at this suspect.
Look at that.
Okay.
Look at that pug.
I get it. Stuff happens. We're all human, right? I get it.
Yeah, we're all human.
Is the vehicle in your name, ma'am? It is. Who's the insurance provider?
Look at that. Look at them trying to fight. Look at them resisting the detention.
Yep. He's resisting that.
Oh, he straight jumped out of the car.
Hey, he knows the law. He knows he's not detained. Only the driver's detained right now.
He straight caught the dog. Look at this dog get yeeted. Look at him. He goes, "I'm going to go outside."
It is. Who's the insurance provider?
Yeet.
He's got some weed in his harness. He's like, I ain't going down for this.
I can't go back to jail. Yeet.
This is great.
Shout out for that guy. What a badass. Hey, 4. Actually, this is number 5 rock solid officers today. Yeah. We're doing good today. We're not just totally dunking on cops.
A lot of good troopers today too.
This is good. Shout out to the troopers today. We got a lot of good police work. I'm proud of it. He didn't have to feed him. Jesus.
God.
Y'all are out of control.
He got a whole.
He got a whole leg. Yeah. Shout out to police activities all over this today.
I was trying to make a pun about a leg of lamb, but I couldn't think of a good one. So.
He arrested that dog in a tangle. Wow. ATF would have. Wow.
He went hands on with that dog.
Alec, you're not wrong. And Explorer, he pulled a Whitney Houston on that note.
Dunking on that burglar.
Yeah, that's what he gets for running. Don't run. It's stupid. So let's see. Bodycam shows a Virginia police officer. I'm guessing this is municipal given the way that the street looks. Using a taser on an agitated suspect twice. Well, being agitated isn't illegal, so I'd be wondering why he's getting tased.
Make contact. Contact.
The text is a little too blocky for me to see, so I can't even.
Hold on. October 4th of 21, Lieutenant Jason Sharp and Petersburg officer, I don't know how to say this, Jackson, went to...
Probably Janai Jackson.
Janai? Is that how you say it? Janai Jackson?
I think so, yeah, Janai.
Went to William Antonio Scott's home to investigate a 911 call about an armed man walking the street with several weapons. Still not illegal. Well, it depends on where this is at.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this at again? This is very illegal if it's Virginia. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like, in Texas, that's just a normal Tuesday.
That's just Tuesday. Upon arrival, Jackson ordered Scott to come out with his hands up. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. This car's guilty as sin.
Yeah, that's profiling.
Petersburg police!
Hey, shout out to not standing in the doorway. Like, actually, like a high five to this officer for that. Notice this guy's getting a fail here for standing clean in it.
Yeah.
Like the shotgun blast that goes through the door hits him right in the face.
Petersburg police, come out with your hands up!
I would vote like down here is where I'd want to be, or maybe over here. So you're like on the same side?
Come out with your hands up, sir. Put your hands up, sir.
Okay, she's now cornered, so you need to be helping. Let's help.
Put your hands up, sir.
Nothing up.
Put your hands up.
Put nothing up. Get the fuck off.
This is also what we call a clue. The clue is a pre-attack cue, and that means he's probably going to get combative. So let's not leave my officer here by herself. There's also a whole ass house that we have no idea. There could be like 50 people in there. So
What's going on today?
What we call a blues clue.
Yeah.
Huh? Get the fuck up. Yeah, go ahead.
Where's the taser?
Do we know who this person is? Do we know why we're interacting with them? I'd be curious as to what the call text was here. If they had specifically described a shirtless black male that was carrying weapons and threatened people, maybe I have a reason to detain this guy, right? But until then, this is just an investigation. So, normally I'm team, you sometimes have to escalate force to create safety. Normally I'm team that. My only problem is you're approaching a house. I don't know that you have any level of exigency here to like force your way into the house. That's obviously they knocked. And he came out and he's irritated that there's police officers there. I don't think he made a threat here. I'm just going to rewind to see what he said. What you want? What you want? I'm not doing anything. I didn't do anything.
Put nothing up. Get the fuck on my boy.
What's going on
And
today?
he's telling them to leave.
What's going on with you?
What's going on with you?
Get the fuck up. Yeah, go ahead.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm with you that he's being aggressive. I am team he's being aggressive. However, you don't know who he is. You don't know if he's your armed guy. You don't know if he's committed an offense. But we're going to go ahead and use force to detain him.
Not to mention, he stopped walking towards you.
This would be a write-up in my department.
And like, not even like he walked and then you didn't notice.
That's kind of what I mean.
Plenty of time where he just like stopped and he's not doing it. He's just standing there.
This is gonna
like
be rough. Yeah.
he's yelling at you, but
yeah, this is. Oh, it worked.
Well, he's shirtless, and that's a pretty good distance. I would hope so.
He tased him again.
Wow. Wow.
Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back.
He's compliant at least.
Is this like an FTO and a rookie? What's going on?
No, these are
here?
different agencies. They're responding together.
Who else is in the house?
I want one. That what you want? That what you got? I don't have it. Better get out of the file.
So is he gonna get on the radio and say I just tased this guy twice? Maybe he just tries to pull him in accident.
He didn't even tell the guy he was tasing him.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pissed if I was her.
I'll be right back. Just keep an eye on him.
No. What? You're just leaving her alone with a house that you don't know what's in it? You ask the guy, hey, who's in there? It's like, everybody? It's like, cool. I'm gonna leave you here with him and his pissed off family. I'm gonna go.
I got $10 that says this guy that did the tasing was the lieutenant. I got $10 on this guy was the lieutenant. Jesus Christ. They play by different rules, dude. Where's he going? Are you really leaving this other officer here after tasing this guy? I'm glad the chat's here with me now. Give the lieutenant a break. Alec, my man, he's with me. Alec, my guy.
Where's Chris when you need him to defend
Chris
LT's actions?
Chris Kaufman's like, sorry, dude, wrong house. That's what I mean. Like, you didn't identify this guy. Nothing.
No.
Like, ugh. You just get, you don't get to just, oh God, admin activity. Jesus.
Sally Marie, or Daisy Sally Marie Tower, 500 pounds, apartment 401, status not licensed, check his name.
Air guns.
Wait, what?
Glad you could join the party. Air guns.
Air guns?
Where?
Came out of the house. Get the fuck off my property.
Hold on. I want to hear this guy's articulation for this. Let's go see Going Home, Pamela. Blazing Powers. The guy was just talking low. You could barely hear him. I agree. Well, my problem is just like they didn't do any investigating. And he's like, fuck it. This guy's mouthing off to me. I'm just going to tase him. Not once, but twice. Like, I don't know. You're approaching some random person's house. And I wouldn't have even come out to talk to them. But if they come out and talk to you, they're still on their property, technically. Like, they're still at least on private property.
You have no idea who they are. Like, they didn't ask for an ID.
This is some Gestapo stuff, man.
Yeah.
I want to hear this. Come on, LT.
Came out of the house. Get the fuck off my property. This, that, and the third. Balled his fist up. Come down the steps like he was going to do something. He got done. Taser worked just great, too, by the way.
They're going to hold up in court, you think?
What did he say? Get the fuck off my property.
And then he said he stepped up like he was going to do something, so he got done.
But, like, he didn't say, get off my property, I'm going to hit you. He didn't... Yeah, damn right. Pamela's got it. And a lawsuit should be coming at the very least. This poor guy's probably too poor and ignorant to know any better. But shout out to the vultures of the internet that want free lawsuits. Here's a cop's advice on this. I'd be very lucky to still be employed at my old department if I did that, to be honest. That's minimum, that's days off, to be honest. And mostly the problems, I don't know who he is. I don't really have an offense. I don't really have any of this stuff. Like, I can't articulate why I'm even detaining the guy. Not to mention like using force. I've had people full on say they're going to beat my ass, right? Well, I'm perfectly safe in my car driving by. Or am I going to pop out and tase the guy? Like, no, you just keep driving. Or even if I'm on foot, I could be like, this guy's mean mugging me. I don't know, he's mean mugging me. Like, I'm going to tase him. Like, no. You have to have a reason to leverage that force. If not, I mean, it's effectively assault. You're not doing anything within the scope of, I don't know, this is sketchy. Lieutenants, be wild.
Studies in the car.
Said that, I guess they were dealing with something like this last.
I just called
it very. I wasn't pretty rude.
Well, he came out the door raising hell, screaming at me and Jackson.
Okay.
I said, hey man, just. And he come down the steps, balled his fist up. So I hit him with the taser.
Is this the same call that came out where the lady says he was mentally had a pipe in his hand or something like that?
Yeah, I got the
same call.
That
came out earlier for him walking around with 2 guns in his hand. Okay.
I'm trying to see if he actually balled his fist up.
Yeah. Nope.
His fists were never balled up. Wow. Okay, dude. I'm sorry.
This is not a ball.
Yeah.
The first time when I saw him, he was wearing underwear and a do-rag. So I went.
This guy's got very severe mental issues. I get it. This is a really shitty neighborhood. This guy's probably needs way more MHMR help than he's going to get. But, like...
You think he's a frequent flyer?
Oh, 100%. But, like, I legit... there was the last time... fuck, what was her name? Her last name was Alba, but she had very severe schizophrenia. Real skinny, very homeless. And the very last encounter I had with her, we got a phone call from someone saying that there was a lady yelling at herself. Hey, shout out to Plank Forge. New Ready or Not Chef Chase all the civilians. We have to honor this. Hold us accountable for this. We have to honor.
Yeah, we'll start up with that on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll start with that on our Tactical Tuesday run through for Blank Forge. We'll tase all the civilians that are just complying.
We'll do specifically fast food so that there's more civilians.
So, anyways, they
do like to mouth off.
So, anyways, there was a call that she was just yelling random shit to herself. So we show up, and when she showed up, it just looked like a big thing of plastic in her hand, and she yells, "Oh fuck no! I know y'all are here for me," and she spiked it in the parking lot, right? And then she starts running towards North Collins, which is it's like a 3-lane in each direction kind of street. It's a major roadway. She starts running to that. I was like, okay, I can't let her get hit on the roadway, right? So I run up. We go hands on it. I had a rookie with me, and God bless her. She was great. I was yelling at her, "Hey, gloves, gloves, gloves!" As the whole time that we're coming up to her, I was like, "You do not want to touch this chick with your bare hands." So we get our gloves on and we detain her. And my lieutenant happens to be pulling up as we're getting her off the roadway, so she doesn't get hit by a car. He's like, "Is this?" It's Alba. I cannot remember her first name, but.
We don't need to be doxing.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Anyways,
from your
we'll call her Alba. Yeah, anyways, I'd be shocked if she's still alive, dude. I'd be super shocked. Yeah. So, anyways, he's like, "Oh, is this so and so?" And I was like, "Yes, the same chick." Well, as we're handcuffing her and getting EMS, because I want to make sure she hasn't like ingested something or whatever. We didn't have to use any force. We're just able to go hands on with gloves because she's like a wafer of a person. We get her seated in the back of a car, and the other rookie that had responded with us walks up, and I shit you not, he does this. He's like, "This is what she threw on the ground." It was a fake air gun. Like, I was like, oh my God. We were this close, and I was lucky she threw it. Because if not, if she just started pointing it at us, I'd have to smoke this old lady, but... That was way shorter of a stick than this, and no taser deployments. I was out there for the lady that was described. She was yelling crazy stuff, and she was running into a roadway. Pedestrian in a roadway is a violation. As a misdemeanor in my presence, which is why I went hands on. But I didn't go off and tase the lady. Like, I don't know. I have big problems with this.
I saw the guns laying there, the airsoft. But he's got a mental issue.
You saw airsoft guns inside of a house? That's not an offense.
Also, when did you go look? We saw you stand on the sidewalk and then walk away.
Bro, this is the biggest L I've seen in a while.
He's going to be TVA'd.
Okay. Alright, I figured this was the same call.
He's retired now.
Okay. He still got a story to his family. He a member of my family.
Do you see how compliant he is? Mm-hmm. You just have to talk to him. If they know he's a frequent flyer, they shouldn't be tasing him, to be honest, in my personal opinion. Maybe you have to fight him, yes, but if he's a frequent flyer, there's like really zero reason. Especially if he's this compliant right now, then what they'll do is they have these very, you see this a lot of times with borderline personality. The people that have that, and Juan can correct me if I'm saying anything wrong because he's got an education in this stuff. Well, they'll have these like bits of like mania, and then I don't want to call it depression, but they'll go through these cycles, and some people do it within minutes. And so a lot of times what we'll end up doing is like, I would be okay with that other officer blocking him from getting back inside the door because we don't know what's in there, and I'm all here for scene security. But let's talk to this guy before we just up and tase him and at least get him fucking identified. And maybe this was the third or fourth time they get called out for him. The first officer should have handled it if he's over there doing stupid shit. Like, go ahead and take him to the hospital and do the whole, grippy socks treatment. But
so I'm gonna talk to him about you. Could you get his name and information?
Sure, sharp like a knife.
Huh?
Sharp like a knife.
I'll be down at the station.
Okay.
I like her expression of
Jackson,
like, what the hell
Cruz
is
can
this
get here to
guy
get him
talking
checked
about?
out. You have the TDO.
Checked out for what?
I hit you with the taser.
And I'm gonna hit you when I get out.
I appreciate that.
Where you living?
Okay. I live in your nightmares.
Oh my God.
What's the meme? Cringe! Where you like pushing the bottom of. Oh my God. I live in your nightmares.
Yeah. He fights the monsters that you don't know exist, Josh.
I guarantee you he writes up guys. I'm sorry, that's not kosher. You cussed during that traffic stop. I guarantee you he's this guy.
I came out agitated, wanted to fight.
Oh, wait, well, is he getting his story corroborated here?
Tried to get the prongs out, take him down, and TDO in.
Okay. Papers?
Paperless DCO.
Okay.
You saw the way he was came out agitated, wanted to
No,
fight.
y'all can't fuck on me. Can you see I'm outside, sir? Put your hands
Somebody's
up.
at
I ain't doing that. Put your hands up.
Roland
I ain't
says I heard
doing
him
that. Put
marking.
your hands up. I ain't doing that.
I guess I'll call.
I don't know if he's going to take him as he's combative.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
shit? Yeah, I'm just coming to do it anyway.
Tell me you better come right. Best one of these prongs.
That's a big F. I'm so pissed about that. I'm so mad about that. Mostly, I dealt with a lot of people that had mental illness and were combative at times, and like, I'm gonna be team use force when you need to create security. It's just he didn't do anything assaultive. That's just my issue with it. And Amber. What the fuck? Yes, it would work with the officer. Yeah. I have a lot of issues with this. Okay, Juan, what order do I need to watch this?
All right, so I mean, we can watch it in any order. It's basically two pretty big streamers this week got swatted. I think where's the one where he sets a PlayStation on fire? Is that or did we just decide to skip that? I can give
here
the
it is.
that.
Here it
yeah,
is.
okay. So we could start with this because this is what leads up to that other video that you just had.
So shout out to iPlug for
technically to iShowSpeed because whoever iPlug is just took the content and
so shout out to iShowSpeed for doing ridiculous things on the internet so we can talk about it here on Only Cops.
That's right.
I'm going to give you my law enforcement take on this. Shout out to this guy.
So this is the biggest streamer on YouTube right now.
Shout out.
So he decides that he's gonna like set his PlayStation on fire on stream, and then he pretends to be on the phone with a cop, and it's very obvious it's not a real cop.
Oh, this guy. I don't know who this guy is at all. Speed, Alec.
All these people already know.
I'm disappointed in the chat already.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. What do we got going on here?
So basically, I'm sorry, but this is not a emergency. But I have a genuine question. Okay.
Okay.
Don't start a 911 call with I don't have an emergency, but I have a general question. You can call the front desk for this though. They do have an non-emergency.
Well, I was gonna say the beginning of the call, he calls and they just go hello, which I don't think is how a 911 dispatcher would answer the phone.
So when I used to do it, I was Officer Josh with so and so police department. Can I be evidence? There was a script you would read off for this kind of stuff. Poofy. Yeah. But Poofy and Alec, you already get a -1 for even knowing this. How dare you watch anyone else on YouTube than us? How dare you?
This is why they're not in the chat half the time.
That's what it is. They're too busy watching this guy.
I have a lighter, and I have a PlayStation 4. And I'm thinking about lighting my PlayStation 4. And I don't know, is that a good idea?
I mean, where are you at right now, sir?
I'm inside right now.
Doesn't sound like a great idea to do it inside, but I mean, we can't really stop you from doing it outside.
So what are you saying? Is it gonna catch a fire?
It'll probably catch fire a little bit, but it doesn't sound like it's gonna blow up or anything.
Oh, so I'm good.
You're good. I vote yes.
Yeah,
I'm not a firefighter,
as long as you're in the safety of your own home.
Where's
and
Cheesy?
outside,
Where's
I think
Cheesy?
you'll be just fine, sir.
To tell us if this is safe or not.
So I'm good.
I wouldn't necessarily do it next to the super flammable green screen.
Yeah, I mean, like as long as you're surrounded by safety, you should be all right. I don't think you're going to really cause too many problems.
Thank you, officer. Thank you. I know this wasn't any calls.
We can skip ahead to the end. He just starts yelling. He lights it on fire.
Officer!
Yes, sir?
Officer!
What's happening?
Officer!
Is everything okay?
Officer, I need help! Go to my house! Go! Go to my house!
Okay.
Go!
Where are you at?
Go to my house!
So you have to give an address. Don't say come to my house. go ahead and give an address. I understand he's not doxing himself because this is content for YouTube, but just as a friendly advice, don't give CPR to people that have wounds in them and are bleeding. And don't just yell, "Come to my house," because from the phone we don't know where the fuck that is.
You can't triangulate it from the cell towers.
I'm not a firefighter, but we can. It just takes a while. Like, people don't realize like pinging a phone takes a minute, because we have to like ask and basically go for a warrant to ask, or we like get consent. It's a complicated process. It typically took us about 5 to 10 minutes after getting the request. And that's not the request from the officer. Like the officer would request dispatch, and then dispatch would request whatever your carrier is. So we had to know the provider, or we wouldn't know who to. We just have to start calling random people or whatever. Mm-hmm. But either way, I'm not a firefighter, but my vote would be not to burn your PlayStation 4 inside. I don't know that though. I'm not a professional, so.
Even though, go, officer, go.
Also, when you yell on the phone, it doesn't make you any more audible, because there's it electronically levels your voice kind of in a small way, so it's not like the further you are away from the calm voice works just fine. But I understand but it is for content, so I'm here for the excitement. I'm here for it.
Yeah, your waveform flattens out, so it doesn't make it better.
I can't, officer, come.
I've gotten this 911 call before.
Really?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, this is normal. This is a normal day. This is like a Wednesday at night in a major city. Most officers have gotten this call.
Go!
And fire will refuse to make scene until the scene's secure because of how ridiculous this is.
Officer!
It's a good thing he called the cops instead of the
24 Elmo Street. I'm going.
They wouldn't have helped him.
Help!
I need to know exactly what's going on, sir, and where you're at.
I'm burning down. I'm in 324 Elmo Street. I'm burning. Everything's burning. No.
So you can also do what's called a notification of emergency detention, which is where you feel that someone is a danger to themselves or others. He did actually light a PS4 on fire, and you do have video evidence of this. And then on top of that, you could also, if he was actually calling 911, which shout out to him for not actually doing that. High five for just making content and not doing something stupid.
Yeah, just calling his buddy to pretend.
I respect that. At least he's doing that and not being an idiot and doing it. Like, he's not one of those people like trying to prank gangbangers in the street. Like, he gets shot. I am team this guy so far. He hasn't done anything egregiously illegal. However, if you actually call 911, you can get abuse of 911, and that is a charge. At least here in Texas, you can be jailed for that.
Chad, what if the police actually come to my house, bro? No, Chad, should I call back? No. I gotta stop trolling like that. No.
And he's being responsible. I'm blessing that this is more. This kid is a better representative to society than what you should be doing than the lieutenant that we just fucking watched. So shout out to this guy.
No, I told him the wrong Eddie, though. Chat, I told him the wrong Eddie, though.
So if you give the wrong address, and let's say he actually did call 911, and we think you're a danger to yourself or others, we are pinging your phone, and we are going to come find you. Especially because they specifically talked about the fire portion of this. We have exigency to try to prevent a bigger fire from happening. So yes, we will come and find you and kick in the door if you don't answer, because you might be dead. And we have exigency because you spent 10 minutes screaming at somebody on the phone that you were burning.
Say you were on fire,
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do any of those things, because emergency services will respond whether you want us to or not.
Yo, I told him the wrong Eddie. I said 324 Elmo Street.
Oh, he's in an apartment.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
Don't do this in an apartment, because you know what you have in an apartment? Neighbors. And what did your neighbors hear?
Where are you at?
Go to my house!
I need to know.
Go!
If you hear that on the other side of a room, what are you going to say? I think my neighbor's dying.
Officer, go!
Okay. Sir, I'm coming.
Hey, don't scream this loud in an apartment ever, unless you're having a good time. Shout out to that if you are. Shout out to you and whatever it is that you got going on. But if that's not what's happening, and it's not clearly obvious to your neighbors that these are screams of joy, or that you're excited because you're watching Only Cop streams and shouting out for all the stupid things that we're doing, don't do this don't do this at your house if other people can hear you, because you will probably get a police response.
If you're shouting "pit that car," it's okay.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
So
right, and so that leads to our WTF over at the beginning of the thing.
Okay, we'll go to WTF.
Yeah.
Let's see
There
what
you go.
happens.
Yeah, and so basically, either his neighbors or somebody on his stream actually called the cops on him, and so they showed up.
Oh, they swatted you,
Shout out
bro. They
Cincinnati
swatted
police.
you.
So this is also not getting swatted. This is getting a normal police response. Nobody here is SWAT. I understand the term swatting is typically they'll call in a fake emergency. If they dox you and they understand where your address is, they'll call and they'll say something crazy egregious is happening. That'll elicit a SWAT response. But this is not swatting. This is called a welfare check. We've done a lot of these in my time.
So would your guess then be that it was his neighbor, probably?
That's
or
my guess.
Would it be...
That's my guess is it's his neighbor. Well, because again, if you're hearing that on the outside, like, again, you have reason to believe that this person's in some sort of peril. You call, which gives us all the exigence that we need. If we call and there's somebody that's in there that's, hey, my neighbor's in there and he's screaming a bunch of crazy shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, he's in handcuffs for his safety in there, technically, because they don't know what the fuck's going on. Shout out to that. I bless it, though.
Bro, is that public?
Yeah, I got it. You good, bro.
Bro, I didn't go, bro, on my time, bro. I swear I didn't do nothing, bro.
I got you.
I didn't do shit.
As long as I got you. As long as I can film it.
You're gonna come back here with me.
I got you, but come on, bro. I want you to know that's why.
Shout out to the editor for adding the random gunshot sound when the phone drops.
Well, I guess nothing happened here.
And that's pretty much that. Yeah, that's the end of that. But
so he doesn't understand why the cops are. So that's not called getting swatted. This is not correct. So this guy gets swatted here. So who's this?
This is Aiden Ross. He's another streamer. He just does like random streams.
So Aiden,
but it's a very similar thing.
So Aiden Ross, you are getting a only cops breakdown on the thing. I will give Speed the benefit of the doubt for not actually calling 911, but he does get a minor -1 for yelling so loud that somebody else cares about him. But I will say this. Somebody loves you enough to care to make sure that you weren't actually on fire. So shout out to his neighbors. Let's say hello, 911.
And this one, I think it was probably his stream just because he's not actually yelling.
Sergeant George says, my neighbors possess my teammates. I'd answer that 911 call. I'd just be curious.
Yeah.
Bite that guy. Pit that car. Brian, I respect it. Shouting out for the Only Cop stream. Damn, that's good. That's why I live in a house. I can scream during Tactical Tuesdays all I want. So Aiden Ross, I'm going to go ahead and break down your swatting incident and see if I can glean anything educational from it.
What you got?
Bro. You got...
Camera's delayed. Are you trolling?
I'm gonna be honest, Nav is shitting. Why are you laughing? Nav will shit on anyone, bro. Oh God.
Yo.
Hey, Mo, can you hold me?
What is going on
I
here?
think it's I think they were just gambling.
Yo.
He does a lot of like gambling streams.
Oh no.
And then he gets up to go get water, and then like the next thing that happens is this.
Yo, what the hell? Oh no, no way. What the fuck?
Yeah, motherfuckers are weird. Nah, I'm not like kids are so weird.
No, that's bad.
Shout out to that Lamborghini chair.
Shout out to the Lamborghini chair. That's a weird search of a house, unless they're looking for someone specifically. Because technically, if you're going and and again, it depends on the call text that if it's a legit swatting call they're creating some sort of call text like, hey, this person's holding someone hostage or something crazy like that. Don't fucking do that shit.
That shit scared the fuck out of me, bro. That just scared me too. I'm laying down.
But these are real cops. He knows a lot of cops to have done this for funsies. Mm-hmm. But this is legit equipment and everything. So this seems like a legitimate swatting. It still looks like patrol though. It's not actually SWAT because again, SWAT would come in and they'd boot your door and crazy stuff. But the weird thing here is that typically we announce before we go in to a place like this. So he's already out of his apartment typically in these instances. We'll knock, we'll say so-and-so police department. This is the only cops PD. You know what I mean? And then
so
you will be extracted from the house, and then they'll do a quick. This looks like a quick sweep to make sure there's nobody there. They might do a secondary sweep if they think you're like hiding some crazy shit.
So I believe they did. So the 12 seconds later just kind of covers up the amount of time where like I think they knocked on his door and like he answers and they do all of that stuff. But that's not on camera because that's like around the corner and through the house. But I believe he talked about it in one of the things. This is basically it's just his friends like talking about
speculating about it.
Yeah, basically.
So he talks about it afterwards.
I believe on his Twitter, if you just look, you probably have to Google Aiden Ross. I don't actually have that clip because I couldn't really find a good thing.
So you will be detained, even if it's a swatting call and none of it's substantiated. They're going to detain you to do a pretty thorough investigation because it's all going to be a use of force. They might have had to force entry. They might have had to do all this because it's a very serious deal. Don't do that. Also, such a terrible fucking idea because technically, depending on the municipality that's answering this, depending on the state in which this occurs, if you perpetrate said swatting, right, and you provide some level of information and some sort of tip or whatever, and anything does come of that, in the state of Texas, it's called terroristic threat, which is a felony. And basically, they'll do their due diligence, and sometimes if they realize you're not even in state, like let's say you were to use some sort of like a VPN or like a Wi-Fi way of making a phone call, and it becomes intrastate, you'll get one of the 87,000 IRS agents to come after you or whatever it is. You don't want the feds looking for you because they will find you. And as safe as like NordVPN will make you feel or whatever, they're really just helping you get another Netflix. If someone wants to find you, the government can find you. We have this idea in our minds that we're like these really high-speed, low-drag hackers, and we're not, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, like there are a handful of people that are that sophisticated in the world that could probably get away with some of this stuff. But likely if you're watching our YouTube video, you're probably not that person.
If you're using anything consumer grade, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're screwed. If you didn't write that code yourself and you're not doing some crazy shady shit in the background, good luck. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to that police department for treating it with respect. Obviously, in case there was an actual emergency, I'm glad they actually responded. But they didn't respond like dicks and go and hurt somebody.
Yeah, let me look up where that was actually, because I know for sure, like LAPD, if they're in LA, tends to get these a lot, so they kind of
have like
typically know.
Okay, so
they
6 minutes. Know. Who's this? Mogul Mail?
Oh yeah, that's Ludwig, and this is where I found the original. Like he just kind of he gives context about like both of the swatting incidents, and then kind of gives because he's been swatted before, so he tells his story too. That was just to kind of. That was mainly for our Discord to kind of get an idea of what was going on.
Do you guys want to see this or no? You guys have 10 seconds to decide. And then I'm going to skip it. And I'll give him the Only Cops breakdown of this. Shout out to his little setup here. It's pretty schmexy.
It's really nice, yeah.
The backdrop looks like absolute garbage, but like he's got a legit mic. He's got like a $1,000 microphone and like a 2-cent backdrop here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all just like unboxing stuff or what it looks like.
Pretty nice. This is a nice camera too. Shout out to this guy.
I think that. Yeah,
I also have my super shitty backdrop, but I have 1,000 subs.
Yeah, you've got a great room to judge on the quality of the backdrop.
That gun safe's expensive. Okay,
that's true. Yeah, I like the little I think that's like a cat.
Okay.
Shop in the back.
Sergeant George said yes. Poofy said no. Chris said sure. Alex said Ludwig, and then he said something really inappropriate because it got deleted. No, kidding, I'm teasing. Pamela said skip. So I have a skip. I have a no. Okay, Alex said skip. That's it. We're skipping it.
All right, we're skipping it.
Ludwig, if you had something wonderful to say, I just give you a blessing because of this setup and how casually you have such a messy room. I respect that shit. Shout out to you, and shout out to these streamers not doing.
I'm a fan.
Stuff.
I did watch it on my own time.
Hey, shout out to him. And I will say this: I think it's important for some of these people to take the onus of they have a certain role here. Everyone's yelling skip. Shout out to the chat. Chad gets a win today. But I think that like because it's their job and they're like within this sphere that they have to have an honest conversation about this stuff. He said, "Skip, I'll watch you." Yeah, come join our Discord. It's as little as $1 a month, and if you join our Discord, you can get access to that kind of stuff.
I linked it in our Discord, so you guys can watch it there.
Gives you access to our Discord, and you can talk shit to us in person, IRL.
Oh, but I was gonna say, so looks like Aiden Ross lives in Florida. But anyway, I was gonna say like at least in like LAPD and I think Austin, like the PD has like streamers that are there's a lot. They just have a lot of streamers there, so they kind of know
I could see that.
some of the addresses of people. Like they'll reach out and tell the PD like, hey, this happens a lot. Can you just like maybe call? I think Donut does that too.
Yeah,
where he tells them, hey.
So there's a slight delay, so the chat's like a good 30 seconds behind what we're doing. I just love Explorer's random skip it. Fuck it. Dr. Junjun says Ledwig is cool. Okay, so Dr. Junjun taught me something about my polymerity that I didn't know. So if it's good enough for Dr. Junjun, it's good enough for me.
Hell yeah.
So shout out to Canine helps nab a suspect after a truck and gun theft.
It is the Canine and Chase stream today.
It really is. This is like the fourth Canine, and then I wonder if he gets pitted.
Oh, we should do a poll and ask if we want to pit that guy or bite that guy.
Hold on, here it is. What will happen? Here, pit, bite, or both?
Or both, yeah.
Both. There you go.
I feel like the title spoils it a little bit, but I still think we might pit that boy.
Shout out to this. Y'all will get it. I'm going to give it like 30 seconds. Bite that car. Those dogs are big enough. Some of them, if it's just a straight bite dog, I've watched them probably rip a bumper off of something at the very least.
It'll probably do more damage to the car than that cop with that shot the tires did.
Pit was at 70% there for a second. We're at 57% pit, 14% bite, and 29% both. Shout out. Nice. I'll give it another 5 seconds. Let everybody vote. Pit's at 50 with 8 votes. Shout out to y'all, dude. Hit him with the both, Brian Porter. He's here for blood. Okay, we're going to go ahead and watch this and see. Y'all are all voting. Majority of y'all are saying pit. You're at 56% pit, 11% bite, and 33% both. We'll see how the chat does here. Y'all be doing pretty poorly as far as voting correctly. First off, there's a sin because this Chevy looks like a smidge squatted. Oh, shout out for this officer. Driving in the grass. No fucks given. That's a write-up. Bro, this... Recording. This is not an Axon. Battery low.
Oh, suspect. Oh, no pit.
No pit.
Please turn on. You're going to get bit. Graham, get off the ground. You're going to get dog bit right now.
Like
this is guy. This is the most dog shit body cam I've ever seen in my life.
Come here, Graham. Get on, Graham. Food.
Oh, yeah. He bit that guy. Oh, he's discovering new octaves.
Cause I'm sadistic a bit. Let's give this a good listen. This is now dog biting ASMR.
Dog bit right now. Come here, Graham. Get on, Graham. Food. Graham. Food.
You think we get demonetized? Thank you to Blank Forge for monetizing our stream.
Tiny bit.
Blank Forge gave us the super chance, so we're not doing it for negative money today. Oh my god, sounded like he said dog when he said bit. So for the 20% of y'all that said bite, shout out to y'all, you got it correctly.
Hands behind your back right now.
He pitted him in the leg.
I tell you what, people get compliant as shit when that dog comes out.
I'm sorry.
I have seen people walk off tasers, OC, gunshots, beanbags, fucking pepper ball guns, nightstick hits, fucking getting hit by cars. When the bork gets involved, dude, it's a lot. There's something primal about something trying to eat you that probably makes you real fucking compliant.
I'm so sorry.
He apologized.
You just got your pants right now. Keep your hands where I can see you. Yes, sir. Keep your hands where I can see you.
Bro, how did this guy dust you? Shout out for his good taste, and this is a Shield Plus here. Yeah, at least a Gen 2 Shield. Shout out.
He stole the gun and the truck.
Oh, did he? Oh, he stole it? Oh, fuck him then.
Yeah.
Dude, this is really A++ documentation, though. Look at this shit. This is impressive. I would have just taking my body cam off and taking a picture of it.
Like post-it note.
This is a little extra. I'm not gonna lie. I never, and maybe I wasn't like, because we had crime scene. Typically, we would do most of our own crime scene unless somebody died or something crazy like that. It was like it'd have to be a murder for crime scene to come out, or like a suicide or something crazy. But like most of my like ag assaults or something like that, I'd put cones or I'd take like establishing shots and then like bring it in. But like this is extra. Like he's got a card and everything. What's going on, partner gaming? It's good to see you. You're coming in towards the tail end of some of these clips here. I'm just impressed with their crime scene work here. I'm really digging this. And what is this? This is a big one.
This is the
full body cam.
There's only like of Angel Geist being arrested over citation. There's only like 6 minutes of this that are worth it.
Where's it at?
The first like 10 minutes or so are just him sitting in his car. Go a little further back. Yeah, right about when she starts.
We'll play the beginning. Yeah, or is it?
Yeah.
Play the beginning.
It's a couple of seconds. Yeah, you can probably skip to when he gets out of his car. He's basically just pulling her over for a ticket. And then probably right about there. Yeah. There's like 6 minutes, and then once they put her in the back of the patrol car, there's not much else to look at. The main thing that's got everybody up in arms is the way he takes her down.
Pamela open carries 2 150-pound Great Danes.
That's smart.
Shout out to Pamela. I want a Great Dane in the worst way, but everyone keeps trying to talk me out of it. When I was up there in Michigan with Bill, these Great Danes were magical, dude. They were beautiful. Mm-hmm. But apparently they get real sickly and they die really fast. So.
Oh, do they really? That's sad. Yeah. I know they're great like inside dogs.
Oh yeah, they were adorable for being like small horses. Like they were really sweet, and like they ran for like 5 whole minutes and then like laid down, like they were done.
Yeah,
that's about their very low energy dogs.
That's like me. I'm also very tall, and I run for 5 minutes and then I pass out.
So shout out to them for that. But we'll go ahead and watch this. While we're watching this, if anybody is here that is part of our Discord, if there is a random video you want us to go ahead and put it in the Discord now. While we're watching this, and we will see if we can go watch it on stream. Don't do anything stupid, because it will be tied to your name, and you will get a strike if it's a second one. Fool me once, shame on me. Shout out to everyone that gave us likes as well. I really appreciate that stuff. And again, for Blank Forge for monetizing the stream. Shout out to Axon. You know how I feel about you. This guy's got gloves on. Shout out.
Sir, like I explained to you, you can't be in the park at night. Everyone was going to receive a simple ticket stating that he was in the park.
They're at the park after it's closed.
So typically, it's actually a city ordinance violation. It would be a Class C misdemeanor in Texas for a city ordinance. Cities are allowed to make ordinances that will allow for citations, and we specifically, I never enforced it, but because it's stupid. The only time I was enforcing it is if I thought I'd get like an investigative stop out of it or something like that. Or if I thought they were dealing drugs, or if there was like some underage nonsense going on here. There was a lot of times where I ran into this guy looks 30 and this chick looks 14. Then I was very much at least leveraging that for detention, but this is pretty normal. Never had a sick Great Dane, but they always die around 11 to 12 years. Oh, 11 to 12 years is a lot longer than I thought. A lot of people were saying like 4 years or 6 years. Maybe they're just shitty dog owners. Shout out. Pamela, let me buy one of your Great Danes. Tell me where to go buy a Great Dane so I can get one that won't die on me and get sickly. Because I want one real bad. I saw one. So I have 2 cats, of which I both locked out of this room because they're both buttholes. But I want a dog because I'm a dog person. But
what am I signing over? Is it a charge or anything, or just a ticket?
A ticket is a charge. Shout out to the cicadas, or as we call them in Spanish, chicharas. There's a boatload. You can hear them in the background.
They're having a good time.
You can not sign and go to jail.
That's a polite way of saying yes. So the reason why you're signing a summons, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of background on this, is just simply acknowledging that you will meet with the court later to go handle that citation. In Texas, we don't have this policy. We just simply issue it. And if you don't do anything with it, it becomes a warrant. So we don't deal with this whole, if you don't sign it, you go to jail kind of nonsense. Because really, like, you're escalating a Class C to an arrestable offense for what? If I give you the ticket and you throw it out your window, I'm like, cool, here's another ticket for littering. And I already have your information because I've issued the citation, right? So all of that will become misdemeanor warrants. It'll be in the system. And like once or twice a year, we have warrant roundup. Typically, counties will pick a time of the year to do warrant roundup, and we'll go and find people. I've arrested teachers. I've arrested random people because they don't deal with their tickets. We'll do. I know of one breeder in Dallas. Go send me a DM on Discord. I want to know. I want to know because I'm in North Texas and I want one real bad.
Discord also on Patreon. Since you're on our Patreon, you can just DM us on Patreon too.
Hell
if you
yeah.
don't have the Discord.
Hell yeah. Do it up, Pamela.
But that's also like the worst Christmas is warrant roundup.
Dude, no kidding. We do it in like the second week in December. Have fun in jail.
Aren't there? I've seen some departments that they'll do that like around. They'll just like dress up as Santa or like the Grinch or something and do that.
I would do that. I have to work Christmas. I've worked Christmas, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving. I have worked every holiday as a police officer, so it sucks a lot. It's dumb too because there's like a really quiet like 6 hours of the day where like nothing fucking happens. And then the worst part was fucking Thanksgiving because I worked midnights. So I got to have Thanksgiving like with friends and family, and then had to put on my uniform and go to work. And then Black Friday happened that night, and I was like, Jesus. So like I had in-laws that are like real big into Black Friday, and I like resented them for them. It wasn't fair for me to resent them for them, but I was like, I'm gonna fight people today because they're gonna fight over like $50 pair off socks at the Gap. But whatever, here we are. Shout out to all the likes. We got a bunch of likes here. We still got a bunch of people here, so shout out to everybody. Like I said, if you're in the Discord, be sharing videos. Juan, if you could help police that for me.
Yeah, for sure. I've got some already here.
Bet.
Also, Saint George Saint George in our chat. Blessed be.
Blessed be Saint George. Oh my god.
That ticket, signing the ticket is not an admission of guilt, which I think is where maybe a lot of people have a misconception that if they sign something, it's admitting to something. Because this is not the first one we watch where people like don't want to sign it and they end up in jail.
All it is it's a promise that you're going to go appear in court to go deal with this. Because you do still have a right to representation. You have a right to confront your accuser, which the police officer is your accuser, and you get to do it in a neutral place, again, in a courtroom. And then if you really do choose to, you can have a trial with peers to fight this ticket of you being, mind you, they have video evidence of you in a park after hours, but it is what it is. You can technically fight it. It is your right. My suggestion is sign it. Also,
and you'll see why in a second.
Yeah, also my suggestion is to accept the ticket and go do stuff and handle the ticket because warrants are not fun to have.
And especially if you're not doing anything stupidly egregious, there's a lot of times when it'll get dismissed or you'll get some other way to not have it on your record.
The guy's going to be so impressed that you even showed up to deal with it. He's like, okay, here, just pay us $5 and get the fuck out of here. Like, it's so quick. Yeah.
I have had a judge dismiss a speeding ticket for me where they had told me, like, if you do, it was one of those driver safety course things, where, like, if you do the driver safety course, it'll get dismissed. I forgot to do it, but I went to court when they sent me the letter being like, hey, you need to come and show us proof that you did this course. I showed up. She just didn't want to deal with it, so she just dismissed it. And she's like, okay, you're good to go. It was 2 seconds in front of the judge where she's like, what are you here for? Okay, cool. Get out of here.
I'm shocked
Go show
you
this
showed
to
up,
the test or whatever.
Because, dude, they issue warrants. God, it was every other person I dealt with in my city that, Arlington, for those of you that don't know.
Let's say it was a BS speeding ticket.
Oh,
it was like 10 over.
Oh, all the time, dude. And it's
like, Richardson.
Yeah, dude.
Don't speed in Richardson, Texas.
Bro, Richardson.
You will get a ticket.
Also,
they got nothing better to do.
Yeah, I was about to say
any of the suburbs really.
Pantego was a department pretty close to where I worked. Don't fuck with Pantego.
Dallas proper, you could go 140. They don't care. They got too much going on.
Dude, you could Mad Max. That
Not
shit.
legal advice.
Not legal advice. Notice producer Juan said that.
Yeah.
Quote him.
Exactly.
When you get in trouble.
I'm here to say the things Josh can't.
I have to be the registered adult.
Right. He's got to give you accurate information. I can talk out my ass.
So I want to illustrate this guy doesn't want that smoke. This guy is a registered adult. Her face right now is not inspiring confidence in this interaction.
Just need to sign right here on the X.
But because we're out of, didn't you say we were out of time so we wouldn't have known that?
Yeah, but that's not a valid reason why you should be in the park because you're from out of time.
And what's your badge number?
7452.
What's your badge number? I'm gonna walk away to not hear it.
So I'm not going to lie. I'm not letting that lady walk back into that car. So call me the asshole, but I'm probably not that guy. I'm also probably not issuing a citation, but it is what it is.
So I just tell him to get the hell out of here?
Oh, yeah. I'm just, hey, get the fuck out of here. You're not supposed to be.
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
Don't have to give that.
I'm not going to give you my first name.
Okay, and I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, like I explained to him, if you don't sign it, then you're going to be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha.
So you're refusing to sign?
What's your name?
Officer Brooks, 7452.
I'd also not allow that person to be on their cell phone because they could be calling a posse of people to come over here and kill me. I am team this officer because he's being very calm and very courteous. He understands his authority and he understands everything he has. My only critique is if this lady's already getting like this, let's get a second unit, yeah? I'm team second unit here. But outside of that, this guy has been a consummate professional. Shout out to this guy. Also, my guy is not having it.
No.
This is not the first time. This is not the first time.
Is it Chris Rock or who's got that skit about like if you're a dumbass friend whenever you get pulled over by the cops? He
is not having
He's 100% the driver being like, bro, just chill.
So the only reason why people meet in parks in cars late at night is to get lucky. Let's be honest. And not only is he not getting lucky, he's now getting a ticket for it. And he's not going to get lucky later either because she's going to have to go to jail, dude. Now. It's so bad.
He's not getting lucky for a long time. She's also going to be pissed that he didn't stand up for her and that he wasn't on her side. And what he's like, I know how this works.
We're going to put an L in the chat for this guy's love life. Rip, my dude.
What's the bad
He's rethinking a lot of his decisions right now.
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you again.
Okay.
Are you gonna sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine.
Let's get a second unit. He also has her ID.
You wanna put your hands behind your back for me?
He's pretty brave to be. I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty brave to be arresting somebody. This is my first big critique. You are not taking someone into custody. You have no idea how cool boyfriend may or may not be. Although boyfriend's been very cool. I will say this: like 10 out of 10 for being the dude that's having to put up with a very ornery female here. Boyfriend or guy trying to get lucky in the park is doing a really good job right here. But from a tactic standpoint, this is not a very safe thing to be doing. I have seen officers die from doing this very thing.
Hey, listen, my man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
ma'am.
You're hurting me.
Okay.
I got triggered because I've been here before. It's the worst.
Actually, to put your hands behind your back.
Start of the script.
Put your hands behind your back.
Nah, you should have done this already. Anyways, at least he got to it. He got to it. We'll give him that he got to it.
Sir.
Man, put your hand behind your back. Come on. I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that. She's
not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking a question. All I'm doing is
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands.
This is now resisting arrest. She was notified that she'd be taken into custody if she didn't sign it. She is now refusing to not only the lawful order to do it, but also physically resisting the thing. This would qualify as resisting arrest.
You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
Been notified.
I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
Sir,
put your hands behind your back.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay? I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to forcibly put your hands behind your back.
Gloves.
Sir.
He also said what he was going to do before he did it. Technically, I'm not saying it looks great, nor should you be doing it. However, any escalation of force, she was notified and theoretically consented to. And this is actually the way the court's going to look at it. If he goes and straight, like, leg sweeps her and puts her into cuffs, technically you consented to it because he said, look, I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back. I'm trying to make you do it and you're resisting. Next time, it's not going to be an ask. It's not going to be a gentle, please do it.
Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary?
Yes.
Mr. Brooks.
Hold on.
Hey, listen, my man. She needs to put her.
This is kind of what I mean. Is this is a big safety issue? You have both of your hands on your resisting suspect here. This guy could very easily cold cock you, like very easily cold. Or again, you're getting to a scuffle and it's 2-on-1. She's gonna run away anyways. The whole big reason why I don't have a problem with him enforcing the arrest and the citation, I really don't. Is it a smidge of petty policing? Yes, but I'm here for it because she probably deserves this in her life in any way, shape, or form. This doesn't feel like this is her first thinking that she's above these things. However, if you're going to do it, kind of like we were talking about with tactics, if you had 3 officers there or 2 officers there, you could do this pretty expeditiously. She'd already be in the patrol car. To be 100% honest. You had 4 officers there, this wouldn't have even been a discussion, to be honest. Because very easy, grab, push her up against the car, grab, handcuffs, you go, and you have 2 guys that are dealing with him.
And it would probably look better than it's about to look.
That's kind of what I'm
on camera.
That's the only reason why I'm saying tactics matter, because it keeps you out of a lot of these situations. It doesn't end up on the internet. I'm not here talking about it. Police activities, not posting it. But this guy was being very fair, and I don't think he's done anything wrong. Minus, I think his tactics are just a little lax. That's all I'm going to say. He needs to be charged too. You could blank, or Brian, I thought it was blank just because the color of the little icon.
Orange, yeah.
I technically, could you try to articulate that he's trying to interfere in the arrest? Yes. But it's a very loosey-goosey. You're going to have to say that he's trying to prevent you. He's not saying don't take her to jail. He's just trying to de-escalate. I think it would be really easy for a defense attorney, even a shitty state appointed one, to fight the interference with police interaction or police duties or whatever the charge is.
Okay, you can put your phone down.
Okay, Mr. Brooks.
Come on, sir. Hold on. Put your hands behind your back.
That's one.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, that's a pull.
It was one.
Yeah, that pull, I'm not going to lie, a pull like that, you're getting ignorant police. And do I think she's armed? No. But a pull like that indicates that she can very easily come back and swing and hit you in the mouth. There's a lot of you just don't know who you're dealing with. I think that she's just a privileged woman, which is fine, and I'm glad that the world exists, that privileged women can exist somewhere, or just privileged people. We'll even say that. I've dealt with children that are like
I'm
this.
refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
No, yeah, you're going to jail.
But I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks.
Shout out to Axon. This is great bodycam footage.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
No, I'm not here to play games with you.
I know, but I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your
Oh, we got a recording here.
Look at that. Way to go, boyfriend. I'm going to give a shout out to the boyfriend for filming with a steady hand.
Yeah, you should not have your handcuffs out if you do not have someone in a handcuffing position.
He's
losing
my
points
hands
now.
behind my back. I'm going to sign the ticket, but why am I under arrest?
Sir, she's about to sign the ticket.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
She's about to sign the ticket.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
That's all it is.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
That's how she signed the ticket. You told me you.
If I was a supervisor to respond to this, I'd be like, "Did you tell her to?" And she said, "No." Like, yeah, okay, take her to jail. That's how this goes. So you really, and the reason I say this is because you can't be getting in this back and forth like I can negotiate. We do not negotiate with terrorists. And the reason I say this is because if you showcase that someone can plead their way out of it, where does that line change? And then if I have to take some enforcement action on somebody else, let's say there's a young Hispanic male that's in a very similar situation and he's pleading and all this kind of stuff and force gets escalated or whatever, and he happens to trip and fall and knock his head out, well, you negotiated it for her. You let her go from going to jail to not going to jail. Why didn't you do it? You have to treat everyone equally under the law. So once,
Procedural justice.
There it is. If you're going to arrest somebody else for it, you have to arrest her for it. You cannot have this moving line of whether or not you're going to take a certain level of enforcement action or not.
I'm
do not negotiate with Karens.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going
Do
to
not negotiate with Karens.
Why don't I have the option, Mr.
I
Brooks?
gave you 2 options.
She was just asking for your badge.
You had the option.
I'm going to sign
Refused the option.
You
chose option 2.
I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested?
Leg sweep!
Shut
up!
Oh my god, damn.
My God,
He's got side mount.
please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign the ticket. Mr. Brooks.
Shout out to Boyfriend. I'm going to be honest. Boyfriend gets like an A++. Because let's say this was a cop being unfair or prejudicial or something like that, or not procedurally just. He's doing he's like, girl, I'm getting you that money. girl, you keep being ornery. Fuck it, we're going to get paid. And this is the way you need to do it. Because he gets to be, he's no longer detained. Technically, he's gotten his ID back. He's gotten his money. He could just kind of walk a little further back. If I had to give him some advice here, cell phone cameras do zoom in. Just step a smidge further back to make sure that this guy has zero reason to think that you're a threat. But you can document the whole thing, regardless of what's happening. I will always bless people documenting law enforcement interactions. A, because it gives me content. And B, because it's
the biggest one.
Yeah, it's truly your right as a citizen to document the people that you're paying to protect you and how they're doing their work. You get to evaluate and critique and do whatever. Here at Only Cops, we're trying to contextualize that with a perspective of we did it professionally. And like I said, he's doing everything legally correct, but because he's doing it unsafely, he's in this weird in-between where he's having to escalate the force a lot more than he would need to if he had 2 or 3 officers present. And it just would be very different. Now he's going to have to call for the channel because he's hands-on, and now people are coming code to you, and there's all this nonsense.
Why am I being arrested?
Shout out to Atlanta PD.
Also, I want to say, I guarantee you,
I don't understand.
The boyfriend over here is probably Instagram boyfriend because he's got very steady hands. He's got a very good shot. Dude is like, this is, if you are going to be recording a fight, a police interaction, whatever you're recording, do exactly what he did. I will say,
this guy gets an A+.
taking 2 steps back,
Yeah.
100%
I'm
agree
taking
with
this guy.
that because he would get a slightly wider shot, which actually gets more of the action in the shot.
Yeah.
Nobody gets mad about a wide shot. They get mad about being too close. You can't see a damn thing.
I
Why I'm
agree.
being arrested? Can you please tell
You
me
can
why I'm
always
being
zoom in and
arrested?
enhance.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't
Also,
get stuff that you never got on camera.
to address her question as to why she's being arrested, he said it multiple times because she refused to sign the ticket. I'm here for it. He does know he no longer needs to give his badge number. Technically, after you've said it once, you don't have to say it again. Try not to look like a dick on camera and give it more than once if you have to. Just keep repeating yourself while you're doing your due diligence and putting him into custody.
Tell me why I'm being arrested. I have the right. I have the right to know. Oh my God!
Put your hands behind your back and stop resisting.
There's no need to taser, let's be honest.
No, not really.
I'm not Team Taser here. You're losing points with me, my guy. I like you. You're a wild man because trying to do this shit yourself. But don't taser.
Do not resist.
What are you tasing her for?
I didn't taser.
What?
Now, a way that she could do this for herself is to put her hands behind her back. She has refused to let go of the cell phone and refused to just simply say that you have a shoulder injury. Whatever it is you got to go do, but at least give a reason why you're not doing it.
Pull it out.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Come on, sir.
She's been a little dramatic, though.
This is
Behind your back.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested.
Technically, he doesn't even have to really explain it to you if he's got PC.
That's why I'm not putting. Oh my God!
So you have not read her Miranda rights and none of that.
Don't have to read Miranda rights. That is only if you're questioning her on what she's being detained. She's already detained or arrested, and you're questioning her about elements of that specific offense or that would contribute to that offense. You can ask about, her name or her date of birth or whether or not she needs to go to the bathroom or whatever. But you can't question them about the offense if they're already in custody afterwards without giving Miranda warning. He doesn't have to. You don't have to give it unless you're questioning. And unless you're questioning post-arrest. So crying and yelling will not amend the situation.
I'm being arrested. That's all I'm asking.
I just told you.
Why?
You refused to sign the ticket.
I did not. I told you I was going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I told you to get Mr.
Like that.
Hurting me.
We're still doing this.
I told you I was
We're still doing this. We're still doing this. This could have been amended. You had more than one officer.
Hurting her.
Don't move.
I think they finally got there.
All these people are coming code to you. You just could have started with all this shit. Come on, man. This is a write-up where I come from, but it is what it is. Someone needs to get on the radio and tell these people to slow the fuck down if she's in custody. Again, somebody's going code. They happen to not clear an intersection. They get T-boned. They die. That's on you. Sergeant George, I'm with you that this guy was calm during the whole thing. My problem is the tactics were just so poor in everything that, especially someone his size, if he had any amount of legit empty hand skills, would have folded this lady like a pretzel and got her into handcuffs a lot quicker, even by himself. You can attain the skill sets to do those types of things. Could he have escalated force more? Now, tasing is a weird deal, but like, could he have leveraged more strength against her to do it, even if it caused her pain? Yes, because she is actively resisting arrest. However, I'm glad he didn't, and I'm glad he stayed calm and like didn't punch her or something crazy like that. Mostly because this is a Class C violation that we're really arresting on again, like speeding or whatever. And this is probably
like it's a felony.
Well, and again, it's like a city ordinance violation. Like, this is what a lot of people like to call victimless crimes, and to a certain extent, this one is a victimless crime. And so
they were hanging out at a park.
I kind of understand the argument for a lot of that stuff. So, how many minutes did it take them? At least 7.
How does it? She's hurting right now. She's crying. What do you mean take care of her? We was just here for a party. Now she's out under arrest.
Stand up. Turn around.
Can I have my phone?
No. I do love that they just closed the door right after that question. That was very well timed.
I want to bring this back. This is just for the audience's sake. I want to bring it back to right here. Right here, we had a decision point. Look at his face. This is the face of a calm adult. That's like, maybe I didn't know. Maybe I fight this, maybe or whatever. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to get mouthy with the police in the middle of this park in the middle of the night. So I'm just going to take my ticket and deal with it and complain about it on Twitter. This is the face of not that. Don't do this. This.
Not about the reason why you should be in the park because you're from out of town.
And what's your back number?
She didn't keep that energy. That's all I'm saying.
Mickey has my phone. Can I please have my phone, sir?
You do not need your phone.
What are you gonna do with your phone?
Do we have anything else in this? Let's see.
No, I think the rest of it's just like they take her to jail and all that stuff.
Shout out to Tough Book. Is this a supervisor? I want to know what he says. I want to know the look on his face. Boy, if you don't get a suit over this bullshit, I swear. This is the look of a man who's not terribly. These stripes are not happy.
President happened in 03. Then when I took the cuffs out, she was like, oh, it's like, nah, it's too late now. So now when it's time to put the handcuffs on, she resisted and getting me on. What you going to get with?
Resisting?
I just got the city charge.
No, this is. We did a use of force over a city ordinance violation. Think about what you're doing. This is not the hill we die on, boys.
I learned being in the park after hours. She complained over her neck, back, and arm hurting and whatnot.
Shout out to senior officer giving the fucking codes. My guy, he arrests drug dealers a lot of times because that's the only way he would have that shit memorized. He's like, this looks like someone's selling drugs. This looks like someone's doing drugs. I have you detained under City Ordinance 8765. Just shout out to this guy. I'm here for it. Also, if Bill was here, he would be admiring this man's bicep.
Pretty much all of these guys are in really good shape.
Oh yeah, dude, everyone here's stacked. Shout out for at least the PT department here, keeping everybody doing it. That's the mentality of a Karen. She's pretty much a drama queen, and like again, I think. The cynical person in me that had to deal with society, and anyone that's ever been a barista, shout out and listen to me. Does she deserve of all of the people that deserve to go get arrested in this set of circumstances? Yes. However, when you were a police officer, you are not the court of public opinion. You are an arbiter of the state, and the society has charged you with keeping the peace. I'm not saying being in the park after hours isn't not contributing to peace, right? Or isn't conflicting with peace. However, you do have to enforce the law equally. If has a history of enforcing the law in this manner, that if you don't sign it and that's their policy, that's their policy. Could you have just as easily gotten them both ID'd just to make sure nobody's underage or has got warrants, if the car's not stolen, and making sure that they're not like giving blowies in the parking lot? Sure, 100%. And then cut them loose? Sure, 100%. But if this is a zero tolerance kind of place, maybe don't live in a zero tolerance kind of place, okay? You like beer, don't live in a dry county. That's all I'm trying to say. But that being said, I can see both sides of the fence on here. I don't see anything judiciously that the officer did it incorrectly. I am team that he took enforcement action, and I am team that he did it and knew what he had and knew what he did. He was able to articulate it, and he wasn't over here lying about clenched fists and all this shit like the lieutenant in that other clip. I am team that.
Yeah.
But I'm probably keeping this energy like Mr. Sergeant is here, like, so you have it on the city ordinance violation, do you? Like, boy, if I don't have you riding the desk here for a little bit.
Hey, what's up, son? You okay? Yeah, I'm good. It was a female, so I didn't want that.
He said, it's just a female. I ain't worried about it. Bro, this guy's stacked too.
I'm telling you, every single one of these dudes.
Physically taking you to jail.
Dude, my guy gets A fucking plus, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and put a thumbs up in the chat here. How do I do the emoji here for this? For my guy here. They even have it better. They got a high five. Hell yeah. This is a hand washing, actually. He's washing his hands. He's washing his hands of this crazy Karen. He gets an A++ as a civilian.
Yeah.
I guess they're adding the charge of resisting arrest. That's all we got. What else do we got?
So there's been a couple of links dropped in the Discord.
Okay. In the Discord? I'm going to add them. Boys.
There's a Vancouver one.
Oh, no, it's here.
It's under podcast links.
Got you.
Usual.
Track and copy. Shout out to y'all for doing it the correct way.
Michael that we skipped. It's way back. The guy that man calls police and ends up getting himself a ticket. I don't know if we watched that one.
Shout out to everyone that's still here. There's 16 of y'all and we got 22 likes, so I'm very proud of y'all. Let me keep pulling.
I don't know why my mouse, like my cursor, disappeared.
Do we trust the poofy one?
I don't know. He says Juggernaut. I hope it's short. It just says Juggernaut.
Poofy.
Policeman runs through a thing.
Okay, paused it.
We're gonna trust him.
I'm trusting you just this once. Okay, what else?
It is code BODYCAM. They don't usually lead us astray.
Okay, is that it? I just see 2 in here that I didn't have.
Yeah. I think that'll be good.
Okay, copy. Alrighty. We're gonna do Juggernaut.
Oh wait, no, the one. What? Did you want to watch the one from Michael about the guy that talks himself into a ticket?
Where's Michael's?
It's way up. It's like from noon today.
Michael.
You replied to it in the Discord, which is why I think you didn't pull it up.
So here it is. Here it is. Code BODYCAM?
Yeah.
Got you. Tracking. Copy. We'll do it for Michael. We miss him. He's out there with Diego sniffing for stuff. Okay. We're gonna start. We're gonna start with. We'll do Juggernaut. It's a quick one.
Okay.
This is from 26. Do they have 10? Do they have 1080p in Canada? Poofy.
Super timely, Poofy. There you go. These 2 guys jump the fence. 3 guys jump the fence. This guy just. Bro,
this guy did not want the smoke after that.
Are we sure this is? Isn't this the?
No, this is
Hot Fuzz scene. Have you watched Hot
Fuzz? What the fuck? This guy came back through. Look.
Oh yeah, because the other guy he jumped through the other side. There he goes.
Oh my god. Okay, that was kind of funny. That was at least funny. Poofy, you're forgiven. Let's see. Louisville PD shooting where officers. You got to drop it in the Discord or something. I can't just randomly Google that. We'll see if we can see it. Code BODYCAM is the best. Sergeant George, as always. Definitely Atlanta. St. George. I used to go on a date with a barista. No kidding. No, I didn't. We're not trying to get you in trouble out here, Saint George. Making sure I didn't miss anything. No, can I have my phone? And now partner gaming. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out for all the likes and shout out for everybody that's watching. Go ahead and follow us on. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new here. We do this every Thursday, and then every Tuesday we have Tactical Tuesday where we play with people like Christacop, 68 Whiskey, who's our little young Padawan that's probably going to blow by us in subscribers here in a second.
Yeah,
and
no
then,
kidding.
We had SWAT Theory on recently, and then maybe Bill will join us eventually when he comes back from Michigan. We're going to check out Code BlueCam, and unfortunately Sean's not here for the intro. But
8th, 2022, officers responded to a business after 2 employees had gotten into an altercation in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Based on information obtained from witnesses, it appeared one of the employees, Eric Sims, showed up to the business highly aggravated and began yelling at the owner.
It's not illegal.
The owner's son, Joshua Redenbaugh, addressed the issue by telling Eric to leave and escorting him off the property. Eric then tripped down a few steps and scraped his arm on a vehicle, claiming Josh pushed him out of the building.
In the state of Texas, you know what they're going to tell you? Too fucking bad. Because you can be
sucks to suck.
You can be forcibly removed from a residence. If he pushes you out, that's on you. And Juan sucks to suck also is a kosher response to that. That being said, there's probably some civil liability maybe in there. It's what they carry insurance for.
Probably. Yeah. You could sue them. You can't get them in trouble.
Good. Yeah. Let's get out of the road and we'll talk over there.
Yeah.
Here, Eric?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Incident today at the office here?
Yes, I want him arrested.
Okay, well.
Pedestrian to the roadway.
So, free advice. The quickest way to make sure an officer doesn't try to help you is to come up and tell him, I want that person arrested. Every single time I was told that, I kid you not, I probably tried everything in my power to procedurally not arrest that person. But if there was a reason, I get it. But, yeah, no, not how this works.
Well, before we get to any of that, I need to know what happened.
All right. The owner called me about a call I did this morning.
Okay. I'm maybe an asshole because I was a city cop and I dealt with a lot of gangbangers. I don't care if you're my victim. I'm not letting you put your hands in your pocket unless it's really cold or I frisk them. That's just strike one. That's only. And I'm being super picky. This guy's probably really cool. Maybe he knows the guy, but like, don't do this around me. Don't do this around cops. You're gonna stress them out.
And she's trying to say that I could have towed the car. I tried to explain to her why I couldn't and that the owner of the vehicle did not want.
Jesus, look at this car. Fuck. Where is this? Jeez.
It looks like when we went to Defender Outdoors and we tried to find anywhere to park whatsoever.
Shout out to Defender Outdoors. Get some more parking. Get your hands out. Brian, you're my man. My man.
I have a record 4x4. She wanted a flatbed. She got mad, hung up on me. I'm at the other office. I just got off at 8 o'clock. I came over here to try to. I was coming over here to talk. I got to the door. I was yelling at her. Her son came running out of the bathroom, jacked me up on my shirt and told me to get the fuck out of there. Fucking, he grabbed me by my shirt and pushed me off of the steps and pushed me into the truck that's right next to the steps. And then I had to hit the truck. And then he grabbed my phone, slammed my phone on the ground. I went to go grab it and said I was calling the police. He grabbed my phone again and then grabbed me by my shirt and holding my phone like that. I told him, I said, you know you're going to jail.
So that's possibly prevention of 911 or calling emergencies. In the state of Texas, we have a specific charge that if you're stating that you want to call emergency services and someone prevents you from it, that is an offense. That is an arrestable offense, too. Typically, that's utilized in like domestics and stuff like that. If they just kind of shoved each other, but nobody was offended, but they like kept you from calling 911, that's a sneaky way to take someone to jail. You can't articulate the charge, but you have to be like really specific and deliberate. That being said, if this story was given to a trooper, he'd probably tell you stop being a puss and get out of my face.
So, you'll see there's a big dent in the truck.
Okay. All right.
Shout out for getting it back. I'm here for it.
Let me talk to this guy quick and then I'll be right back with you.
And this is not the first time with her son. Her son is always getting irate, getting in people's faces and everything.
So now you've actually discredited your story because you, on purpose, went up to a person that you know is typically a threat to his private property and then got assaulted. Like, It sounds like mutual combat. No, I'm kidding.
Sounds like great decision making on everybody's part.
Hello. Are you Josh? No, Josh.
Hi.
Hey, you Josh?
Calling you out.
Have I talked to you out here real quick?
Other employees claim they didn't see any sort of physical altercation and that they had issues.
You see this right here? This looks like they have a truth detector here. They have a truth detector here too. And if this is a towing yard, I guarantee you those cameras actually work. So this is what I would be referencing.
With Eric before.
So sue the owner. We've been dealing with some drama that he caused last night. I can't really speak to that because that's what she's dealing with.
That's fair.
I was in the back room doing some stuff. He comes in the office and instantly, nothing out of his mouth but screaming, just instant screaming, top of his lungs.
Should have evidence
I
of that.
step out there, and Shay, the other officer guys out there, we ask him immediately, you need to go. You need to go outside, we'll deal with this later. Continue to scream and be in our face. So we opened the door, asked him to leave, guided him out like this.
Okay.
And then so he walked down the stairs.
He did ask, but I still don't advise touching an officer unless he verbally tells you, yes, you can.
You can use the wall.
Yeah,
maybe
use something else. Don't touch an officer. It's
on
not
yourself.
Yeah, do it on yourself.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair.
At a tow yard, I'm surprised they ain't got more cameras. Blank, my guy, he knows what's up. Damage to personal property, grounds for tasing. Blank's here for the violence, dude. I fucking love it.
He tripped on the stairs.
These stairs here?
No, in the garage.
Okay.
He tripped on the stairs, kind of stumbled, dropped his phone, and that was that. And then we continued to tell him to go out the back door. He continued to do the same thing.
Should have
stay in our
camera
face,
evidence of this.
yelling before.
Came in from the garage, you heard the screaming?
Just up front, in the bathroom area.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going anywhere. It's along those lines.
So right now you have a person that's possibly getting assaulted inside of a private residence or a private property that he's already been notified that he shouldn't be at. Pretty much calm blunt. I mean, you could damn near beat the guy to death. I'm not advising doing this. It's not legal advice. All I'm saying is if you're going to get into a physical altercation, don't be the guy that's in someone else's private property because the law starts to really not be in your hands. There are certain states where you have a duty to retreat. I call those states stupid. Because I shouldn't have to be giving ground to somebody in a place that I'm paying for, if it makes any sense. That's stupid. However, if this is not one of the, if you have a stand your ground clause in your state, do not be picking fights with those people on their private property. That's a terrible. If I go to Juan's house right now and pick a fight and he kills me, they're gonna tell my corpse, "Well, you're a fucking idiot," and we're gonna go watch this on Only Cops, and Bill's gonna be like, "Well, he FOFA'd or FAFO'd." There you go. I got it right.
FAFO'd. Yeah.
Did he swear or threaten anything?
I was gonna let it go.
There might have been some
I
swearing
appreciate
in
it, Juan.
there.
Thank you for.
There's no physical altercation whatsoever.
No, like I said, we were touching each other because we were in each other's
St. George
faces.
is watching, so I want to be.
We were touching each other. Jesus. Nasty ass tow yard.
Oh my God.
Both walking down the steps, and I don't recall any threat given him as a woman.
Back to the door, all of a sudden that flips open, he comes in screaming, yelling about whatever him and Sue were talking about.
Don't read Blake's comment.
Shout out to this.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to this.
Hell yeah.
Blank, I love you. You're too much.
For hours on the phone. He's been this guy before where he comes in hot and we tell him he's got to leave. It's very confrontational. Okay, so we started telling him because I know the mechanic said, he's like, you guys, right?
St. George, I'd be trying to touch you if I went to your house, St. George. But not in the assaultive kind of way.
Right away, you got between him and Sue and said, you need to leave. He's like, you guys both. I told him multiple times, you need to leave. I was like, no.
This guy's going to have a bad day.
Acceptable behavior doesn't excuse what happened with Josh. So essentially, if you want to pursue charges, then you're also going to be charged with disorderly conduct. They don't want to pursue charges against you, but you can't come into a place of work yelling and screaming and causing a scene.
Disorderly conduct for a place that I work. Okay, do what you guys got to do.
Okay.
Then.
Is that what you want done?
Whatever. I mean,
okay.
They should never put their hands on me. If you're going to charge, that's stupid. You're going to charge me disorderly conduct for me yelling, but
that's disorderly conduct. I don't know what.
So the determination they've made is that he can press charges for assault, and they are technically pressing charges for disorderly conduct. We would do criminal trespass in Texas, or at least that's the way I would articulate it, is he is violated. He was notified and then refused to leave. So it's criminal trespass versus assault. The criminal trespass would trump that charge. And so the assault charge, I would document it, but I'm probably still taking this guy to jail. Only because if he can defeat the criminal trespass charge, I've done all the documentation for the assault, to then they can press that charge later. But you'd have to defeat the criminal trespass charge first. Here, I'm assuming they're saying disorderly conduct, which is a breach of peace charge. He would have to defeat the breach of peace charge for his assault charge to be valid. I don't know if that's clear as mud for everybody that's here, but that's kind of, it's like a Mexican standoff of charges is the best way I could. But again,
the Maslow's hierarchy of charges.
Basically, yeah, basically. So but the private property owner's charge matters more because they have a right to privacy and security there, and they can, like I said before, use force against this person to create that.
Coming into a place of work, screaming and yelling and making.
You know how many days every day that he comes in yelling and screaming at all the employees?
Okay, that doesn't.
They consent to that by going there.
Okay, no problem.
Is that what do you want to be charged with that and have him charged as well, or?
It don't matter. You can go ahead. We both can go to jail. Can I park my car?
Okay.
No.
I'll have to make a phone call. I don't think anybody's going to go to jail, but you can be charged with it.
Hey, you want to come down here and get my car? Because now they're talking about that I have to go to jail.
Okay, let's not let people make phone calls like that. I'm team that.
You don't have to go to
pressing
jail.
charges on Josh.
You guys can get a signature bond. You don't have to go to jail.
I'm on probation.
Okay.
So
you still don't have to go to jail.
No, if he's on probation.
I want him to go to jail. What he fucking did, put his hands on me and slam me in the truck.
Okay.
You guys are not gonna arrest him? That's bullshit.
Do you know where he fell into it?
I would assume.
'Cause he's claiming he was pushed into the truck.
How do we not have video evidence of this?
Press charges. We're going to charge him with disorderly conduct right back because
I don't think he's thought of it yet, which is weird, but
I feel like there's got to be cameras here.
Started because he came in here,
yeah,
all pissed off.
And if that's the case, I
just don't think the officer has thought about like, oh, do you have security cameras? Like, I don't think that's what's entered his mind.
I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole. I would have never even had to guide him at that point when he tumbled.
Citation for disorderly conduct.
That's my girlfriend. She works here. She's the manager here.
Okay.
She can even tell you how he fucking acts every day and treats people.
I get you.
That's not illegal.
She's even looking for another job.
Nobody is getting arrested for this or has to get arrested for this. You don't have to get arrested. He doesn't have to get arrested. What we're going to do is we're going to issue you both a disorderly conduct ticket.
You're going to... How are you going to enter... He put his hands
Quit
on
arguing,
me, so
man. You're getting off with a ticket.
For him putting his hands on me.
I'm not today, no. Just based on the
Okay,
circumstances.
can I have your supervisor come out, please?
Yeah, I'll give him a call after I write you your ticket.
I'm not gonna lie, his hand being in his pocket really stresses me the fuck out.
Ticket, okay?
Hey! Go fucking stand over there!
Yeah. Okay, I'm team get ignorant if they're gonna start doing this shit. I'm team that.
Get away from him! Go stand over there! Go stand over there and stop running your mouth! Just don't listen to him.
I would like to do whatever I need to do to...
Yeah, I know.
He just threatened me in front of the officer.
So this is also petty as fuck, and this is what makes you hate people as a police officer. This is the kind of bullshit that you deal with.
Trespassing.
Yes.
Well, why did you come out here though and go near him?
No. I went over here to deal with this stuff, and he literally screamed across the road. You know who my people are? His parents.
Oh yeah. It's not enough.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with them, and I wanted to touch base with you. If I'm getting a charge, I'd like to file whatever charges.
He's getting one.
I'd like to. He's been trying to sell firearms, and he's a felon. So I have text messages.
Bro,
Jesus.
Snitches get stitches, dude. Get the fuck out of here with that.
That's the route it's going to be.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay.
But you see how he came over, reacted, and came running.
I understand, and I told him if you guys have beef, that he needs to just stay in the building, okay? But you also have a...
Bro, what is going on here? I am still like, what the fuck?
Responsibility, okay? Because we're here because you came here. Just, that's straight up. I mean, regardless what happened inside...
Yeah, I work here, that's why.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
He had no right putting his hands on me or slamming me into a truck.
Okay. All right.
And I had bruising and everything.
Yep, and obviously, like, we don't have the cameras to determine one way or another, and that's why he's getting a DC.
Hi, babies, Pamela. Shouldn't give a fuck.
And the way you were
I'm
behaving.
getting this dude
at the yellow.
Something I said.
Yeah, Officer Maskey told you.
Yeah,
you're
but
both
that sounds petty as fuck, though.
Well,
have we not been here? Have we been? Have you been in an alternate universe this whole time? The whole thing is petty as fuck. I don't miss this job at all, dude. I was having this conversation with Bill when we drove up to Michigan 2 weeks ago that I was like, every time I think I want to go back to policing, I do a Thursday stream, and I'm like, nope, I'd eat my Glock. Nope. Or worse, I'd hurt somebody else.
This whole thing sounds petty.
Yeah!
You're fired and you're not supposed to be here.
A+.
I was not fired. I was fired after the fact.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I hate this guy already.
I was told that you had already been fired.
No,
Take him to jail. Take him to jail.
Sounds good.
So like we said before,
nobody's going to jail.
We're staying at pedestrian in a roadway,
right
man.
now, but you can call in if you want and talk to somebody. Okay, I called him. I ran the situation by him.
Bro, his phone, his hand has not left that pocket.
No.
I'd have checked the shit out of him.
He's not able to come by, but he said he's willing to talk to you about it if you need to. So you can call in.
Yeah, but you guys are not taking him to jail for putting his hands on me.
Okay.
So that's what you guys do is just let people fucking push people.
Not in general. We have to take into the totality of the circumstances. Okay, you can't come to a business.
The totality of the circumstances. This guy's my spirit animal. I am team this officer right now because of the way this was articulated. I do think he went and just said that I can't determine an aggressor. There's so many unknown variables. I'm just going to issue him both citations and see who gives a fuck about it. Take him to jail. Hell yeah. I'm team. yeah. I just realized it's take him to jail. Take him to jail. I'm team that dude. I'm petty police after a while.
Blank Forges at tase.
Yeah, no kidding. If Lieutenant What's-His-Nuts was here, he'd have tased him a long time ago.
You'd have tased him 2 seconds in.
They were yelling at me.
Okay, and then you can walk away and call the police or do things like that. But things escalated to the point they did because of how you acted. Okay?
I'd bless tasing more because he keeps sticking his hand in his pocket.
I didn't. I was in my car.
Oh my god, he threatened me.
Okay, so I'll arrange with them a way for you to get your stuff out of there. I gotta issue the ticket here, Eric. Okay, so it's for disorderly conduct.
That's really bullshit, petty ass shit you're doing, right?
Okay, that's cool. Here's your ticket.
He's actually taking the least amount of enforcement he possibly can for this, which I bless only because he doesn't have verifiable facts. He's having to go based off of these people's stories, and the only thing he can verify is that's the employer's building, not the employee's building. That's the only thing he can go based off of, and they both have claimed some. And even though he does have bodily injury, it's not like he broke his arm. Now, if he had serious bodily injury, there need to be some articulations happening. And at the very least, that there's probably some civil liability on the back end of this as far as an injury that occurs within a workplace. Technically, you even have civil liability within a house. Like if Juan came over and broke his knee in my house, technically he could sue my estate for liability. I have to carry... part of my homeowner's insurance is injury liability for that reason, because I'm not stupid.
But I'm saying, what's your name?
Officer Maskey. We're not going to go through this whole thing.
And you're giving me a citation for me pushing me.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're not going to help you then. Not if you're acting like that.
Yeah, but you guys let him fucking act like that.
Eric,
put his hands on
get
me.
in your car and drive away, okay? Things are done here.
That's just bullshit.
Eric, just drive away. You can get your stuff later, okay? We're not going to go about this when you're angry.
Well, you don't even be the fucking supervisor.
I told him about it. He's aware of it.
You are not. It is not codified in law that they have to identify themselves. Technically, they don't. It's department policy that requires officers to do that. There is no law that they're violating by not identifying themselves. Also, you are not owed a supervisor. This is not Wendy's, okay? This is law enforcement. Just because you ask for one doesn't mean you get one. There is no precedence in law. There is no state law that I'm aware of where if you request one, they have to just apparate. Stop watching the internet thinking that you know things.
Call him. So what's his name?
Unless you're watching on the cops.
How am I going to call him? I don't know who the fucking supervisor
Sergeant Taft, you just call the police department phone number. You can find it on Google. Okay.
Okay.
Do you enjoy our content and want to see more? Join the Code Blue Cam
There it is.
Patreon for early access to ad-free.
No, cut it off. No free promotion.
No free promotion here. Who shared this one?
That was Michael.
Michael? She's like a B on the video thing. Only because it was no.
I enjoyed it.
It was good.
I enjoyed
it was good discussion. It was educational.
Yes,
it was.
That's
educational.
right. That's what we're here for.
Okay, Lieutenant. What was Lieutenant Taser when you need it? The Explorer, I bless it. I bless it, my guy. Burger King law enforcement. Have it your way. Blank, I love you. Make some both. I'm Team Pamela on this. There's some petty shit going on here. There's some real petty shit going on here. This right here, boys and girls, is not a bite dog. This is a sniffing.
You can tell by the tail.
This is a sniffing dog. But shout out to whatever the fuck's going on here.
That's a dog that's scared of crowds.
Hey, this is Canada. This is Vancouver. Is this what this says?
Yeah. They're apparently clearing out a tent city.
This is Canada, eh? Unless you're watching both Only Cops and Leo Roundtable, don't watch anything on the internet. Shout out to St. George, according to
St. George has spoken.
He's spoken. So they're evicting a tent city. This is going to go great. I can tell you right now.
Super well.
This is going to go great.
So just by the amount of people there that it's going to go great.
Shit. Do the BDE here, man. Oh my God. If there is an act of arrest occurring and you do anything that would indicate that you're a safety hazard, force will be used on you. And typically, and y'all that watch the show, or if you're just a random voyeur here on the show, I am typically use as little as force as necessary, right? But if you see a lot of cops doing things and you decide as an ununiformed civilian to go run up and try to intervene in that, expect to get bodied. If you accept it ahead of time, then I'm all for it and whatever. But yeah, it's not a good idea. Oof, that shove was legit.
Yeah. Dude, I love how this dude's like 3 times as tall as every other officer combined. Jeez. They don't need a helicopter because they got that guy.
So I will say this. The other weird thing about this is that they have a tent city. What the fuck? Vancouver needs to get their shit together. This is bad city planning. Now, the police are the ones that are stuck holding the bag on trying to get this, taken care of. But, you are not doing enough for your citizens or for your city planning or whatever if you end up with tent cities. I'm looking at you, Dallas. I'm looking at you, Houston. I'm looking at you, Fort Worth. Get better at city planning, because this is what you end up having is this fucking chaos.
What are the hugging officers in the back doing?
So they're being a human shield for these arrests that are happening. So typically the way that because I had to do SRT training, I wasn't in our SRT, which is stupid, but I was there. Everyone in our academy basically had to do, I call it riot training, I guess. I never had to use it, I didn't have to use it formally. I had to do rioting just on patrol, riot stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't get the night. That's weird. Every riot I dealt with, I had to deal with just my regular uniform. I never got the organized, get to put on the whole suit thing. Just like these guys, they don't have the full getup. This is just patrol, I'm guessing, getting sent here to do this, which is stupid. Mm-hmm. But Vancouver's a big city. It's not hard to muster this many officers in that size of city. I think we had 790 sworn in my old department, and you could get 40 or 50 officers in an area to kind of do this kind of stuff. But yeah, it typically you'd have a game plan, you'd have a watch commander or something like that come out and organize this shit. City managers should have to be there too. Fucking Pamela, hell yes, I'm team that.
Get city council out there, get the mayor.
I'm team that. Hey, fucking assholes! Here's a fucking shirt with a patch on it. Come on, let's go.
They never get to. Yeah, they never show their face at this kind of thing.
We don't have tent cities in Houston. Blank would know.
Yeah.
Blank would know.
Because they can't afford tents.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here.
Police station is next to this interaction, according to Fox. I think this Fox posted this video. It's probably where he is. And then I believe he's in Vancouver.
This guy's got the right idea. That's the right idea. Use the car, my guy. If you can do it, use the car. So the danger here, and Vancouver is a little different than America. The danger in these type of situations, and really what you're doing if you're out here on the perimeters, you are looking for weapons. You are looking at items that are getting thrown. You are looking for that kind of stuff so that you can identify it and figure out whether or not you guys are about to get a Molotov thrown at you. If you're here, you need to be doing a better job of putting people into handcuffs because you need to be quick about that shit. The longer you're here doing this, the longer these officers have to stay here and kind of create a human, literally a human shield for you. Get this guy into handcuffs. Get him in a car somewhere. Get him the fuck out of there. Because you aren't able to contribute to the overall scene safety because of this. Also, if you're this officer, how about let's look this way? Because that's where the threat is. Now, for all I know, there's like an angry mob behind this camera, but...
Okay, so actually, speaking of the patrol car, this might be a good time for your story of your rookies that decided to wade into a crowd of rioters.
You guys get story time for the 13 of you that are right here, right now. You guys will get a really good story time of. So I'm in, and I'll go ahead and semi-dox myself here. So I was in the Arlington Police Department in 2020, and I was stuck on midnights, and so there was a really, really, we're gonna call them rookie or junior shift. These were all officers that were on probation. And so we had there's basically like an unsanctioned club that was there, and they were having like a whole on. This was during lockdown season, right? So we had a DWI that happened on the frontage road, and so I was helping respond to this DWI, and so the DWI units were handling it, and I was just there helping them with the crash report. So I'm sitting there minding my own damn business, and I hear over the radio, "Hey, we need to break up this party that's going on in like a parking lot just adjacent to the service road." So I'm kind of listening to the radio traffic, and I'm like, man, they're sending a lot of units to that. So I kind of peek over this like little retaining wall, and sure as shit, you see cars doing donuts, and there's like 400 people in this parking lot that's meant for like 100, right? And so a bunch of vehicles, bunch of people there. This place is notoriously bad for gang violence. We had multiple shootings there. We all knew that there were going to be guns present here. Lots of gang members, lots of people with felony warrants. This was not a good crowd of people. And so they were ordered by administrators to go clear this thing out. There was about 7 officers here, right, for 400 people. This is like 50 officers for like 400 people. You know what I mean? Like you can stand more of a chance here, right? So I ask, shout out to this officer. He was actually a pretty good officer for being a rookie. I see him on the radio, like he's the primary. He was the one that was issued to this, so it's his shit show, right? And I asked him, hey, what's going on? And he's like, hey, man, Sarge told us to clear this fucking thing out. And I was like, all right, bet. And I look over, and all of these rookies went and parked all their cars on the side of this like restaurant, like a Chili's there. Parked like 6 patrol cars off to the side, like kind of away from where all this is happening. And they get in a little group, like a bunch of boys at the middle school dance, and decide that they're going to go and verbally ask everyone to leave. This is while cars are actively doing donuts. Like imagine Tokyo Drift, but like more ghetto. and like you can see the gang signs being thrown. And this is like 9 or 10 days after George Floyd became national news. So of course 90% of these people are yelling George Floyd and the whole 9, right? And so I was like watching them like in a tiny little clump, right? Just walking into this crowd of people, going one person at a time and asking them to leave. And I was like, cool. I was like, go ahead and show me on scene for that. And I asked the sergeant, the DWI sergeant was there. I was like, hey, can I help them real quick? And she kind of looked over and she was like, please help them. So they're getting rid of all their stuff. So I get in my Tahoe, and I had the very nice Tahoe. It was brand new because I was the senior officer on shift. And I get in there, and they're all like kind of playing music or whatever. If you've ever been near a police siren, it's really fucking obnoxiously loud. And if you've ever seen takedown lights, like you can imagine like the most obnoxious LED strips that people will put on their cars. Takedown lights are worse than that. This is a brand new Tahoe, so like the really nice high output LEDs. And I ran my siren and just cycled this. And every 20 seconds, I got on the thing. I said, this is Officer Josh with the Arlington Police Department. You guys need to go and leave this premises. You have approximately 3 minutes to comply before we start taking enforcement action. I'm incredibly unpleasant, but I stayed in my patrol car with my gun in my lap because I was fully prepared to get beat to death in this crowd of people. And sure as shit, everyone, while yelling George Floyd and threatening to throw shit at my car, slowly left. And these little tiny group of kids were just and I was waiting for someone to come off and try to fight these kids. But I was like, hey, at least I'm not dying, right? And I can go plow through this crowd of people in my Tahoe, extract these poor little children into my Tahoe, and get them to leave before they get beat to death, right? And so finally everyone got extracted or whatever. I kind of gave them an all kind of like a big no-no. My sergeant finally was able to get to us and was like, what the fuck happened? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, someone just got their windshield caved in. And I was like, what do you mean? And so they had taken a brick and broke, and I'll never forget this because it was kind of one of our dramatic rookies. They caved in her windshield, and so a whole report had to be made, and it like made the news, and they're talking about rioters are destroying patrol cars. It wasn't that serious, but they did shatter this. It was like nice, decent sized brick that went through this windshield, and they learned a valuable lesson that day about rioting control. I was like, there was 7 of us and 400 of them. Like we didn't have what they have here, but anyways, that was my. How to deter what was effectively about to be a riot. And this was in a lot less friendly time for law enforcement at the time. So shout out to that. They got to learn a valuable lesson. These guys are doing an okay job.
Yeah.
They just need
and
to get
from that story, I learned how to clear out a dance floor at a wedding with just my big old LED lights so that full of drunk people, you got 200 drunk people that don't want to leave when the bride and groom are trying to get them to go do the grand exit thing where they all need to go hold sparklers, which is super smart when you're super drunk.
Yep.
And you know what you do? You take your big old lights that you use for video and you point them straight at people.
Yep.
And they hate that.
They hate that. It's a good idea.
But they can't do anything about it and they can't say anything about it and they don't know that you're doing it because they're drunk. So they're just like, this is unpleasant. I'm going to leave. And it works amazingly well.
Shout out to Juan. We'll keep watching. We'll see if they got anything interesting that happens here.
Yeah.
Let's put this lady in handcuffs. Come on. Let's get her in handcuffs.
I feel like the 3 of them should have been able to do this already.
The 5 of them should have been able to get this lady in handcuffs.
But this also just goes to, because we talked about this last week, I think, where it's like, once you've gone past 3 people, that like
no one helps after
person
that.
aren't
Nobody helps
doing
after
anything.
That. Yeah.
And it almost makes the other 3 less useful.
The paddy wagon.
There you go. You like the paddy wagon.
Hey, what the fuck is this lady doing here? She needs to be getting yeeted out from behind these officers. I don't care that she's looks terrible. You never know, dude.
He's got Capri Suns for everybody.
Is this lady still not in handcuffs? What the fuck? Let's get this lady in handcuffs.
They're doing rock, paper, scissors to see whose handcuffs they're going to use.
Hey, the press!
Hey, finally the real heroes are here.
That sounds like spray. Oh. Shout out to you.
This is how I always get home.
I would have walked to this huge crowd of police officers. Shout out to that female officer for showing them. Yeah. And there was no question about it. There was hands placed. Said, no, my guy, go around. Shout out. This is what you're worried about. That's what you're worried about right there. That'll fucking knock a tooth out or fucking crack an orbital bone. This is what these people are looking for. Get a fucking Coke can to the face. You hear him? Get off the road, pedestrian roadway. Fuck it, I'll take it. Everyone to jail. Fuck them.
I do want to shout out that like everybody here looks to be in good shape.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Shout out to Vancouver for fitness standards. Here's the rookie.
Now, empty hand standards a little low, but a little low. Fitness is good.
They can't work out and fight at the same time, so
that's true.
You beat me up last week. Can confirm.
Look at that camera on that guy.
That guy's got what we call MHMR issues. When you hear someone that repeats themselves, kind of like that or they have PFC shutdown, but typically there's no difference in between PFC shutdown, prefrontal cortex for the noobs out there, and people with MHMR issues. This is the end of this. Shout out to Vancouver for, I guess, having eviction day. And
not to be confused with PTC, which is pit that car.
Yeah, pit that car. That's all. I think that's all we have here.
Yeah, I think that's everything. It doesn't look like we've got any other ones in here.
So I want to give a big special. We will wash our hands of this bad policing here. I love this emoji. We had like 5 good officers on this one. 5 or 6 really solid performances by law enforcement. So shout out to them for not making me have to dunk on cops for 3 hours. Because I hate doing that. I do it because I'm procedurally just in my online critiques from the armchair, but I do respect it. Thank you everyone that dropped a like here. We have 24 likes on this one. I shout out to everybody. We will be in the after party for a little bit, Blank Forge. So for those of you that are part of our Patreon, you can join it for as little as $1 a month. You can check on the down there somewhere. You can see our little Patreon link. You can go to that. That gives you access to our Discord, and that Discord is how we make discussions, how we find this stuff, how we organize Tactical Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we do a Let's Play. Every Thursday, we do a body cam breakdown like this. I want to thank producer Juan, who's below me, for the wonderful PNG and all of the logistical support and editing. He's been getting hammered with having to actually pay bills. We have a lot of stuff that we've recorded. We're just trying to get it out to you guys in a timely manner. Have a lot of really cool stuff. I have a very cool employer that's going to get us some access to some cool stuff. It's Pew related. So be looking out for that. We have some gear reviews that are coming out. And if we have anything else, I hope you guys know. Go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and do we have a Twitter still?
We do still have a Twitter. We have 7 whole followers now, so that's exciting.
On Twitter, so if you follow us on that. I appreciate it. Like I said, drop a like on this video, even after you get out. And then if you guys have any other questions, go join us in the after party. Thank you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for riding 3-man with us today. And we will see you later. Peace.
See y'all next week.
And I believe...
Stare awkwardly at the camera.